I can feel the magic floating in the air. Being with you gets me that way. I watch the sunlight dance across your face, and I've never been this swept away. All my thoughts just seem to settle on the breeze when I'm lying wrapped up in your arms. The whole world just fades away. The only thing I hear is the beating of your heart. And I can feel you breathe, it's washing over me, and suddenly I'm melting into you. There's nothing left to prove, and baby, all we need is just to be caught up in the touch, slow and steady rush. Baby, isn't that the way that love's supposed to be? I can feel you breathe. Just breathe. In a way, I know my heart is waking up as all the walls come tumbling down. Closer than I've ever felt before. And I know, and you know, there's no need for words right now. And I can feel you breathe, washing over me, and suddenly I'm melting into you. There's nothing left to prove, baby, all we need is just to be caught up in the touch, the slow and steady rush. And baby, isn't that the way that love's supposed to be? I can feel you breathe. Just breathe. Caught up in the touch, the slow and steady rush. And baby, isn't that the way that love's supposed to be? I can feel you breathe. Just breathe. I can feel the magic floating in the air. Being with you gets me that way.
Last night at the county fair, I throwed out my shoulder, but I want her that teddy bear. She's got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year. I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard heart. I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about that little gal's loving, but I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. My mama and daddy tried to teach me courtesy, but it never sank in till that girl got a hold of me. Now I'm holding umbrellas and opening up doors. I'm taking out the trash and I'm sweeping my floor. I'm crossing my fingers and counting every kiss, praying that it keeps going on like this.
Metro. AP1 Premier Crop Insurance, their cookbook. This was cookbook number 4. Don Gillette won that. GMS Manufacturing, one of our sponsors, had 2 road trip rockers. Tim Kane, congratulations for winning those. Ryman Auditorium, self-guided tour tickets. Darren Hartwell, he's heading down to Nashville. Lions Super Pull of the South, wow, whole lot of liquor in that basket. Whoa, wait a minute. Does that say 11,000? Oh, no, that's 1,200. Billy Beers, congratulations. Thought I'd make his heart pounce there a little bit. Billy Beers won that one. Mama Bear Sews, Katie Steinmetz, Jamie Behrens won that one tonight. Hot Shot Secret, one of our sponsors, and wow, this was great. High Table, 2 Stools. Gary Shivik won that one. Bull Snot, we had 2 different Bull Snot baskets there. So Bull Snot number 2, Billy Beers got that one. Cookbook number 3 from AP1 Premier Crop Insurance, Brian Hitt from Northwoods Engineering. Oh, the 75-inch Smart Fire TV. Now, I tell you, we had, Jeff Hurt said, we'd make a whole lot more money if we'd roll that thing in here and put the Buckeyes game on. But we didn't do that. And Mr. Koffenberger won that one. Thank you so much. Now, Bull Snot number 1, that decal kit. Oh, boy. See if you get that one.
Oh, boy. What did you hot retorque your cylinder head before you wrote that and smash your knuckles on every single bolt? Holy smokes.
Ben
Ellis, maybe?
That's Ben Ellis Jr.
Ben Ellis Jr. There you go.
Crayons are optional next year.
Number 2. Oh, Mr. Koffenberger got that one along with the TV. Oh, that's great. He'll be watching the Cooking Network on that. Mac Trailer gave us an incredible gift basket. Congratulations, Mac Island won that one. And Budweiser Dairyland, wow. Yeti cooler, stadium chairs, canopy, wine and cheese, so many things. Congratulations to Ray Shepard. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for everyone that helped us with our Students Scholarship Program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin. We are excited. My name is Dan Schreier, alongside me, Charles Posch. And Charles, what an amazing year this year. You as the voice of the NTPA, traveling all over. You know, and then as the season ends, so many of us on Facebook, we're seeing you put posts out either every day or every other day about historical pulls. Tell the fans, what got you started with that? How are you finding all those?
Well, I started out as a little kid. I didn't grow up in the sport. I didn't know anybody who did it. I came by it honestly. And it's just something that stuck with me when I was a very young child growing up. And a lot of that footage that you're seeing get shared there. A bit of it before I ever held one of these things or an actual photography camera. I was videoing pulls back in the 1990s, so some of it is my own stock and stuff that I did. But in those years since, I've tried to help people preserve their memories. And I've had people like Jim Craig and Bob Jostock and the Schmucker family and Charlie Kunka share with me their archives of stuff that they had, whether it's VHS or on film, 8mm, what have you. And I'm able to preserve that and share those memories back to them and keep it in a place where they can share it forward. But more so than that, I'm in a spot where I want to understand where the sport came from. I want to understand what it was. I want to understand what I fell in love with as a kid, that prior generation and what it was. But more so than that, in sharing and teaching those historical videos, the thing that I like to find even more so is you before you were you. Everybody starts somewhere. I want to find your story. Who were you before you sat in this room? Who were you before you came on this stage? Everybody has that old origin story, that old tractor, that thing that started them on this path. And I want to find that and share it with the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted you to understand, we don't only have an announcer for NTPA, we looked out and we got an ambassador, and we're so happy that Charles is with us. So to begin this banquet, let's show our opening video. Tell you what, if you don't have a chill right now, you aren't living. Give them a round of applause. What a great opening video. You know, Charles, we've been in Columbus so many years, and we come down here to Florida for the first year, and you walk into this room, and what grabs you are these amazing vehicles in the corners. Tell us about these vehicles.
I'll tell you what, it's been a long time since the days when PRI show used to be down here, that this much horsepower was under a roof in a town known for a mouse. But this night, we got a lot more than that going on. Gary Shavink's Super Farm is back there in the corner. I don't know how they got it through that door back there. Beautiful machine, lit up perfectly. A pinnacle. Actually had a turnaround year. For me, maybe one of those storylines of the season at Bowling Green in the second session where he's test hook. Hey, there's a problem. There's a fuel leak. I got to take the drop out of the test hook spot. Comes back in the bottom and wins. That's the kind of fortitude it takes. Courses truck, beautiful brand new machine, mastered this thing perfectly. It runs well, it is beautiful to look at, perfectly lit. It is the epitome of what you want to have as a four-wheel drive puller. And of course, the Busch Light truck in the corner, nose up, wheel standing. It's the show of shows when two-wheel drive unloads out of the trailer. And it's an honor to have these three vehicles underneath this roof, and I can't wait till next year. I'd like to see more than just three.
I'd like to have Gary and his team stand up, Tommy and his team, and the Busch Light team. Chase is on the way. All three teams stand up for a round of applause for bringing these vehicles here tonight. Thank you so much. You know, we've got a lot of special sponsors throughout the NTPA pulling circuit, and some of them are here tonight. I'm going to ask each one to stand up, and please hold your applause until they have all been introduced. As your name is called, I'd ask you to stand and remain standing till we call everyone. The major sponsors that are here tonight, Mack Trailer, Mike Connie, if you would please stand up. Hot Shot Secret, Matt Steinmetz. There he is. AP1 Premier Crop Insurance, Derek Bargy. And Sempico, Dave Stevenson and Dwayne Tooman. Let's give our major sponsors a round of applause. We had some amazing division sponsors and Galaxy sponsors this year. Our modified mini sponsor, CM Pulling Tires. Chad Mayhill, please stand and remain standing. Light modified sponsor, GMS Manufacturing and Machine. Brett Payne, please stand up, Brett. Did Chad stand up? Okay, good. He's getting skinnier. All right. Pro Stock Tractor Galaxy sponsor, Chaos Fabrication. Kevin and Lindsay Campbell, please stand up. And Light Superstock Galaxy sponsor, Northwoods Engineering, Brian Hitt. Let's give these sponsors a round of applause. We want to give special mention to our Points Fund sponsors who are in attendance. Northwest Ohio Tractor Pullers Association, Dave Schultz and the Blue Shirts, please stand up at this time. Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals, Toma, Chris Schreier and his team, please stand. Let's give these Points Fund sponsors a round of applause. Earlier today, we talked about new sponsors that are coming to NTPA in 2026, and I think two of them are here tonight. And I want to give special mention, Scott Whitworth, I'd like you to stand. He works with Prairie Egg Solutions, and they're the new class sponsor for the Light Superstock class. Scott, where you at? Stand, there he is. Scott's back there. And Larry and Lisa Peterson, if you would stand, ProFab Machine is now the Superstock Open class sponsor. Give them a round of applause, please. With every event that we go to, every promoter has amazing local sponsors. And it's so wonderful to work with all of them at each event. But we're also very proud of the sponsors that travel to almost 80 events across America, helping you to be able to get this points fund a little higher every year and to promote the truck and tractor circuit. Thank you all sponsors for being here tonight. At this point, we'd like to bring up our Executive Director, Greg Randall, for his welcoming remarks.
Thanks, Charles. Thanks, Dan. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to sunny Florida for the NTPA Convention and Grand National Awards Banquet. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and new faces gathered here at the DoubleTree. How many are enjoying their Florida experience? Would you rather be in Columbus, Ohio tonight? Easy. I'm kind of from that area, but yeah, I understand it's cold. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're glad to be here in Florida. We're going to be here for next year as well. So 4th and 5th of December, 2026. Our journey to this venue began back in March of 2024, the day after the Mack Trailer Winter Nationals. My wife Dana and I toured different venues in 2 days. And after careful consideration, this hotel was presented as the best option to the board. After final approval in October with another in-person visit with WPI President Ned Wallace and his wife Beth, we signed a 2-year contract. And obviously from that round of applause you are enjoying this weekend. And obviously we're welcoming any suggestions. We've already started our list of things coming to a new venue. There's always a little challenge, but it's been really great working with the DoubleTree staff. And I'm proud of the outstanding job our staff has done. And thanks to the DoubleTree, Don and Chanel and their staff, let's give them a round of applause, please. You know, here we are in December of 2025. It's been one of the fastest years I've really lived, and it's a whirlwind of activity. We kicked off the year with our NTPA office moving on January 31st, relocating to Worthington, Ohio, to our very own office space in Marion. After leasing space in Worthington since 1985, originally started in Upper Sandusky in 1969 in Ed Hart's basement, the headquarters truly feels like home. And as a bonus, it comes with a slew of animal visitors: mice, snakes, turkeys, deer, rabbits, an alleged bobcat, and 2 bats. 3 types of things, critters all over. And 3 of them made their way inside the building. So snake and a couple bats, mice, yeah. With the addition of the NTPA Hall of Fame area, we're considering opening also a zoo wing to keep things interesting. We've had more 2-legged foot traffic visitors in the past 10 months than I've ever seen all the years I was in Worthington, and it's been quite a few. And I invite each and every one of you, if you haven't had the opportunity, come to our Marion headquarters. I don't think you'll regret it. I think you'll be impressed. And speaking of our spacious home office, one of the most exciting developments that I'm proud to announce tonight is that we are beginning a new tradition by hosting an annual NTPA Hall of Fame weekend, April of 2026, at our headquarters in Marion. This special event will be dedicated to honoring past Hall of Fame inductees, as well as the incoming members celebrating their achievements and sharing their stories with the polling universe. While normally we have a ceremony to end the banquet evening, tonight we will announce the incoming pair of NTPA Hall of Fame inductees. The 2025 class includes Mr. Jim Brockman, who is best remembered for his contributions with the In-Laws and Outlaws Mini, then two-wheel drive truck, and finally his Kodiak Unlimited Modified, which kind of turned into Dave Richardson's debut with our association. Our second inductee is a man some of you ran against last summer, a motorsports legend, polling champion, Mr. Ken Vini, who has titles across 3 different divisions. Unfortunately, Ken and Rona could not be here this weekend, but send their love and well wishes. I just talked to Ken, and he's like, Greg Randall, what are you doing? Call me. Shouldn't you be at the banquet eating your dinner? And I said, well, Ken, I got to notify a couple Hall of Fame members. Golly, that's great. I can't believe it. Thanks so much to everyone. Tell everybody we wish we were here. So send a text to Ken if you got his number. I said, your phone might be blowing up tonight. We're going to explain that. So anyway, like to... Coming back to the moment at hand, I want to congratulate and thank all the champions and competitors who ran the gauntlet that is the NTPA Grand National Circuit. Thank you to the promoters for providing outstanding venues and experiences for thousands of fans, and to our sponsors for supporting programs that benefit competitors, promoters, and the association. I'm grateful to the sled operators, which we had a table back there. Welcome, gang. Officials, entry clerks, countless volunteers, and especially our fans. Your enthusiasm and support are the heartbeat of our sport. Together, we're more than an association. We're family. And as an only child, I never imagined being part of a family this large. And I'm blessed and honored to share this journey with all of you. Thank you for being here, and I hope to you have a fantastic weekend. Let's celebrate our achievements and community and the future of NTPA together. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce a few people that are important in my life. First off, I'll introduce my wife, Dana, and also our hard-working staff. It's a pleasure to work with them every day. We got Morgan, the silent assassin, Page. Stand up, Morgan. Don't roll your eyes at me. She's refusing to stand, but she's giving an eye roll. Dan Schreier and his wife, Charity, who helps out quite a bit. They're refusing to stand. Tyler Koya, who's in the back, running our video. There he is, Tyler. A lot of you get with Tyler for your membership. And Danielle White and her son, Jacob, which he's watching the Ohio State Indiana game. Let's give them a round of applause. I'm sorry. Oh, and Brad Moffitt, who I skipped on my page. He's actually there. Brad Moffitt. Thanks, Brad. Thanks to all of our dedicated and hard-working field representatives. As you might see, there's a lot of those folks not here. There'll be a Region 2 banquet, which is January 10th, near our office. Region 3 is next weekend in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Marvin Epperson sends his wishes. He is getting ready for the PRI show, and that's a pretty big week for him. So now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce WPI President, Mr. Ned Walliser. Ned? Thank you, Ned.
Thank you, Greg. I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight to the 54th Annual NTPA Championship Pulling Award Ceremony. I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate our 2025 NTPA champions. I'm honored to be here representing WPI as your president. Please know that all of us at WPI are committed to work hand in hand with all involved in making NTPA events successful, as well as strengthening the NTPA brand. As we gather here tonight, I want to reflect a little on the individuals we're honoring here tonight. It takes hard work, determination, skill, and commitment in becoming a champion. On behalf of WPI and the NTPA, we want to congratulate all of our champions, as well as numbers 2 through 10 finishers for the year. To our champions, this is your night. Take it all in, enjoy it, as we will do our best to recognize all those who helped you through your championship and making it all possible. We want to thank those people that supported you on your championship journey, your family, your friends, your crew chief, your crew members. Let's give a big round of applause to all of those that supported our champions here tonight. Thank you to our pulling team sponsors for supporting our teams and believing the NTPA is the best return on investment the sport can offer. Everyone at WPI and NTPA want to say thank you to our partners at RFD TV and AP Productions for their help in showing the world what NTPA Championship Pulling is all about. A special thanks to Jeremiah Davis, Mark Sawick from RFD TV, as well as Roger and Rusty Wysong and the rest of the AP Productions team. In addition, we want to say a sincere thank you to our partners at Full Pull Live for their help in making NTPA live stream exceptional. Your efforts throughout 2025 were incredible. Special thanks to Chase Richardson and all of his staff, especially Phil Kelly, PK, Doug Borth, Jason Schultz, Dan Mayer, and many others. Let's give them a nice round of applause. They do a spectacular job. Thank you to our safety crews and officials for doing an outstanding job and always keeping our competition fair, as well as our pullers and fans safe. I'm going to ask the NTPA board to stand, and we'll go through their names, but these are special people, guys. They are committed to giving us their time, donating their efforts, and bringing us a lot of knowledge from the sport and helping us out. Our NTPA board, Jesse Petro and his better half, Jess, Brian McDonald and his wife, Denise, Travis Slawball and his wife, Allison, Brad Benedict and his wife, Ashley, Mark Pyzik and his wife, Terry. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you is a group of guys with tremendous knowledge, experience, and commitment to the NTPA with well over 100 years of involvement in the sport. I want to thank all of them for everything they have contributed, for their willingness to do so solely for the benefit of the participants at NTPA. Please show this board your appreciation with a round of applause. Now for the WPI board, I ask them to stand as well. Vaughn Bauer, our vice president with wife Lori, Dale Kwame as secretary with his wife Donna, Scott Doty, treasurer, his wife Darlene, Rick Austin, director at large with his wife Connie. I want to thank all of you for your continued trust in me as your president, as well as your unwavering support you have provided both myself and the NTPA throughout the 25 season. I look forward to what we can do together in the upcoming 26 season and beyond. Thank you, guys. Big round of applause. The next person I want to recognize is extremely special to me. That's my wife, Beth. Without her, my participation in NTPA is simply not possible. Beth is the rock behind everything we do. She's the one that puts all of the plans together so we can get from one location to the next and to make my travel schedule possible. Please give my wife, Beth, please stand. Give her a round of applause. She deserves it. As the new season quickly approaches, we look forward to an even greater 26. Things look incredibly bright for the future of NTPA Championship Pulling as we continue our relationship with all of our continued sponsors and promoters, as well as many new sponsors and new national event facilities and promoters. It is with great anticipation that we look forward to a better tomorrow with each and every one of you helping us achieve that goal. We expect an extremely bright future. To all of our champions here tonight, we deeply appreciate each and every one of you and congratulate you on your success and accomplishments. Please enjoy your evening. On behalf of WPI and NTPA, thank you to everyone gathered here tonight. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, as well as a prosperous off season, and we look forward to seeing each and every one of you soon here in the spring of 26. With that, guys, I think it's time to hand out a little hardware.
Let's give our board president a round of applause. Ned, thank you for your leadership with the board. Greg, thank you for your leadership with our organization. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the awards program. We want to thank Full Pull Live for being here tonight and streaming this for millions worldwide that are watching, and for the hundreds that are here, thank you for being a part of this. It's time for the awards program. So before opening up the awards presentation, we want to make a special note to our Grand National champions. Now, we're going to bring up the champions, the top 10 by division. They're going to be receiving part of their awards before coming to the stage, and then each champion jacket is going to be handed at the photo room. Let's tell you how that's going to work. So you're going to go over here around the American-made truck through those doors over here to my left. You're going to come through the hall, and you're going to come up the steps here, just like we did in Columbus, kind of coming through the hall and coming up the side of the stage. All 10 will stand up here for the awards, and then obviously the points champion will speak after the video goes. When you leave, you'll actually leave down these steps and go through that open door. Morgan Page will meet you in the room right across the hall, and that's where you'll get your picture, you'll get your jacket, and you'll get the box that came with your award so that you can kind of protect it as you're going home. At this time, I'd ask the four-wheel drive competitors to begin making their way to the stage. Charles?
I realize that some of you, perhaps in the southwest corner of this room presently, are maybe distracted by the silent auction television out there that is currently broadcasting the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Indiana Hoosiers. But, you know, if you could come in the room and pay attention, that would be wonderful. We would appreciate that very, very much. The NTPA has some future banquets coming up for our regional competitors, and an extra special night for them to be celebrated. Stay tuned to ntpapoll.com and the social media channels for further information about those coming up in January.
Thank you. As many of you know, we've raised quite a bit of scholarship money at last year's banquet. We've been talking about it all night. We raised almost $10,000. With those funds generated, this year we gave 3 $2,000 scholarships, and our Ohio State interns received scholarships as well. Thanks to K&K Insurance's Dennis Liggett, who would like to come forward and say a few words. We're just thrilled with his involvement with NTPA and their support of the scholarship program. Dennis, thank you for being here. Come on forward to say a few words.
Thank you, Dan. Let me get my paper out. I know we switched things up from previous years, so they asked me to say a few things and kind of how it came about with the scholarship. So in sports division, my boss said then, I want you to handle the NTPA account. Keep in mind, I was pretty green in motorsports and the insurance business in 1989. So I said, cool. What is NTPA? Well, I learned in a hurry. Within a couple weeks after that, I learned how to be handling an account. NTPA came into the office, and I met this gentleman. His name was David P. Schreier. That was a pivotal time in my insurance career and the beginning of my long-lasting relationship with the NTPA. And I think Greg might have came like a year later after that. Yeah. Anyway, some 3 to 4 years later, we discussed the possibility of K&K sponsoring a scholarship. And then after a few discussions with my superiors, we decided it was a great idea. Thus, the K&K NTPA scholarship was born. For several consecutive years, we have sponsored and have provided a $1,000 scholarship to a student that has direct ties to the NTPA organization. These students that apply are nominated by another individual, which they will complete an application along with an essay. These essay topics change randomly every year, and I've read some over the years, and there's a lot of smart students out there. And I know this year's recent recipient will not be in attendance, but will receive this award later at a regional awards banquet. I am sure there are past recipients in this crowd today. Actually, I know there are. Those that are not, I hope you are actually watching here on live screen, on the live stream. So congratulations to all these scholarship winners. K&K is proud to keep this commitment and look forward to keep it going for years to come. And thank you all, and would like to be the first to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, last but not least, although it's going to be a tough task tonight, go IU.
Thank you so much, Dennis. You know, even though he gave a terrible ending to that speech, we do appreciate you and all of your support. All scholarship winners will receive their scholarships. They will all be honored, but because of where they live and different things that are happening with school right now, some of them are in finals week, they will all be attending and being awarded at different regional banquets. Charles?
It's time, isn't it? These lights are bright, they're hot. I promise when you get up here, we won't make you look silly. We'll support you, and if nothing else, you'll be stood up on 65,247 pounds of concrete that was rejected for a roller coaster foundation across the street. But here it is. Our first award, this trophy is held in perpetuity. There are names all over this thing, and tonight we're going to add a new one to it. It's the Hooker of the Year, presented by the Arfons family of Akron, Ohio. It's presented to the NTPA competing vehicle that has the greatest amount of hooks, including pull-offs, at NTPA national events on the NTPA championship circuit. And this year, our Hooker of the Year goes to the Shandorf pulling team.
Come on forward. You don't have to go in the hall. For the surprise awards, just come on up to the stairs here to the left.
I'd like to thank everybody in this sport. We've met a lot of great people this summer and been to a lot of new places, and we've done a lot of things in our life and never did anything as humbling as the sport of tractor pulling. Thank you so much.
Give him a round of applause. The Hooker of the Year. '25 was the 15th season for the NTPA Grand National Pulling Circuit presented by Case IH. We are very appreciative of their support to the NTPA.
Now let's have a look at 2025's Best of the Best in the four-wheel drive truck category, who are being rewarded with points fund, divisional fund, and Case IH monies tonight. Maybe. Yeah, turn the lights up brighter. That helps. You know, everybody's looking. I got to fill time.
So we move on to our four-wheel drive. Go ahead.
Yeah. Our top competitors in four-wheel drive, finishing number 10 in 2025. Larry Peterson, Profab, geared up. Finishing number 9, Greg Hitchcock, one more time. Finishing number 8, Mark Mangan, the Outlaw. Finishing number 7, Justin Grace, just in time. 6th place finisher, Davis Pulling Team, Seldom Seen. Finishing number 5, Taylor Corsa and Taylor Bade. Finishing number 4, Rob Foster, Simply Red. Number 3, finisher, Jake Zering, Rule number 19. And your runner-up, Jim and Paul Homan, the foreplay. And now, your champion.
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, four-wheel drive trucks, Tommy Corsa, Blue Ridge, Georgia, American made. Our first-year champion, Tommy Corsa, was a great ride to the titles. He was able to enjoy watching his daughter Taylor lead for the month of August, and then on Labor Day weekend in Wauseon, Ohio, he wrestled the lead by 2 points, leaving the father-daughter combo in first and second. The Grand National points, where 32 competitors earned points. It was the Wiley veteran Jake Zering who led from the start through the first hook of the division in Rockwell's North Iowa Nationals to begin the month of August. And was perhaps the most improved competitor of 2025 and won Taylor Corsa, who at one point led her father by 20 on the leaderboard. It was Tommy's win in Bowling Green and overall finishes there that put him in contention. Future Hall of Famers, the Holman brothers, had 6 runner-up finishes. A couple of bad finishes kept them from another title. The division was up for drama at the finale in Urbana. Corsa won it in style, giving him a hard-earned championship. Welcome to the stage, our four-wheel drive truck champion, Tommy Corsa.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank some of the people who helped me make it up here today. My family, my wife, Tyler and Taylor. Taylor has been one of the biggest supporters and has taken over a lot of the everyday maintenance on these trucks since Tyler decided to get married this year. Just wait, he'll be waiting to take a break from this honey-do list and come back on the other side with us. To all the sponsors and promoters, thank you so much. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. I also want to thank Randall and Amber at Premier Machining. He built this amazing chassis that speaks for itself. Also, Junior and Kelly Ward at the whole Sonny's Racing team, Bob Nichols Tires, Driven Oil, ProFab, Larry and Lisa, Danny Johnson for helping us out, RJ Simon for taking us in there, the Holmans for being amazing friends and letting us camp at their place throughout the pulling season. I also like to thank to all my four-wheel drive extended family for being there and making this fun. Lastly, I like to save the best for last because I want this to be what you remember the most. I want to thank God for blessing me with all this time and family, my health, and all my friends we had made on this journey. I know a lot of you don't know this, but early 2021, we signed up Tyler with the Patriot truck to run the Grand National Circuit for the first time. A few weeks before the first pull, I got diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. We had to make a decision to drop out or to try to make this happen. At this point, it became a number 1 on my bucket list. It was a tough year, but Pam always said truck pulling saved my life. It gave me something to look forward to and kept my mind occupied. Stage 4 melanoma odds are not good. In case you don't know, I took 13 months of treatments and I was blessed that my immune system continues to fight this cancer on its own, and all my reports are great. God has been good to me and answered prayers. So the downside of the treatments is this white hair, which I've been told women pay to have. I know God has more in store for me, and I hope it involves being right here, making another speech like this next year. Hey, you got to have goals and dreams. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our four-wheel drive puller of the year. It is sponsored by ProFab Machine out of Baldwin, Wisconsin, presented by Larry Peterson. Here we go, the first puller of the year tonight for the four-wheel drive class. Let's bring him up, Tommy Corsa.
No, hey, I said everything I was going to say. Thanks again. You guys have been great, man. I enjoyed it.
One more time, Tommy Corsa.
Thank you all.
Our next class, we're going to look at our top finishers in 2025 in the super stock diesel category. Tonight, earning their points fund, divisional fund, and Case IH monies. Finishing number 10 in 2025, Todd Dugan, Angry Farmer Penetrating Spray. Finishing number 9, also Todd Dugan, Angry Shine. Finishing number 8, Van and Trip Hazley, Rock Hard Ram Trip. I hope you pinned the other guy tonight in your wrestling tournament. Finishing number 7, Nick and Don Gillette, Top Shelf. Finishing number 6, Ryan Funk, got to be careful, Funkin' Movin'. Finishing number 5, Corey Funk, Funkin' Groovin'. Thank you guys for that. You torture us announcers. Finishing number 4, Jeremy Yeager, Trencher. Finishing number 3, Marshall DeBro, Flammable. Your runner-up, Craig Dickey, Cummins Killer 3. and your champion.
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Superstock Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks, Shane Kellogg, Forest, Ohio, Trump. While Shane Kellogg's truck was long named after a card game before Donald Trump decided to run for President of the United States, a couple of things of note match up between the two in 2025. This is Kellogg's second non-consecutive term as GN champ in the division, just like the current commander-in-chief. The race to the top was easier than most would project, as the Trump Dodge dominated the division, winning by 29 points, the widest margin of any of the 12 other NTPA Grand National divisions. Shane had 3 wins on the season, as well as a trio of second-place finishes. Shane took the first win of the season in Hutchinson, Minnesota's Power Pool Nationals. After Toma, Kellogg was down in the polls by 2 points to the 2024 Superstock Diesel Truck Champion Craig Dickey and his Cummins Killer 3. At the time the two were rolled out of the North Iowa Nationals in Rockwell, Kellogg was back at the top of the standings. With the largest field of the year in Bowling Green, Ohio, Kellogg came out with 55 points amassed and was 19 points ahead of the Bros Flammable and 23 over Cummins Killer 3. At the season's end in Urbana, Ohio, Kellogg took the title in style by winning and writing his name in NTPA's history book. Please welcome to the stage your Superstock Diesel 4-wheel drive truck champion, Shane Kellogg.
Mark Bingham, if you could start coming forward to present the puller of the year, go ahead.
Thank you. Don't get a lot of chance to hook much anymore, chasing kids all over and traveling ball, and probably be a while before I can run for another championship. But son got hurt this summer, had an arm injury in baseball, and actually got hurt at one of the poles messing around on a scooter. But that kind of opened up the summer, so kind of took off and ran for another championship, and it's really what I enjoy doing. I have a blast doing it, but hanging out with all these guys and all summer and all you guys, it makes it worth it, you know, just a blast, you know, look at all you guys as family. So definitely want to thank Sandridge Customs, Hazley Machine, SCS Gearbox, Profab, Shy Diesel, and NTPA.
Let's give him a round of applause. Points winner for 2025. But let's move on to the Superstock Diesel 4x4 truck Puller of the Year. It's sponsored by On the Mark Sleds out of Green, Ohio, Mark and Faith Bingham. Winner of this year's Superstock Diesel 4-wheel drive truck Puller of the Year is Shane Kellogg.
Don't really have anything else to say other than OH.
I-O. Give them a round of applause, folks. As we get ready for the next one, I do want to make special mention. You do see Chris Schreier up here on stage. They are the NTPA Grand National Award sponsor for this banquet, folks. The Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals out of Toma, Wisconsin, promoted by the Monroe County Agriculture Society. We appreciate Chris and his team and his support of the NTPA. Charles?
On our next class, a Dr. Preload Super Semis. Tonight, our competitors will be rewarded again with points fund, divisional fund, and Case IH monies. Finishing number 5, 2025, Lonnie Saylor. Holy smokes. Finishing number 4, RJ Simon, Drivers Wanted. Finishing number 3, Ryan DeBro, Playing with Fire. Your runner-up, Chris Schroeder and Chris Milsna, the Crazy KW, and your champion.
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Dr. Preload Super Semis. Pat Island, Hampton, Minnesota, just passing through in class. It was a very challenging Dr. Preload Super Semi division, as only 2.5 points separated eventual champion Pat Island and the runner-up of Chris Schroeder and Chris Milsna. Amazingly, it was a razor-thin close, but Island was the only NTPA Grand National Champion that led wire to wire. By virtue of winning the first 4 hooks of the season, sweeping the field in Hutchinson, Minnesota, and Toma, Wisconsin, just passing through, still had to withstand the massive challenge laid down by the Crazy KW team of Schroeder and Milsna by season's end. The duo took home wins in Fedora, Michigan, doubling the field in Rockwell, Iowa, and took home Enderley pull-off playoff gold to end the campaign. Coming into Urbana, Ohio, Crazy KW was 3.5 points behind Island, and only 4 trucks made the trip. Island would have to slip badly to give up the title. He finished third and never was in jeopardy of relinquishing the championship. Please welcome to the stage our Dr. Preload Super Semi Champion, Pat Island.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't really write a speech. I just kind of wing it like I usually do. So I gotta thank God and dang, that light's bright. I'm gonna stand over here, but means lots of staying up here amongst all you champions, past champions, multi-time champions, and congratulations to Joe Etter on 10. That's pretty phenomenal. So I used to blame my kids and customers and employees for gray hair, but god dang, I think chasing that championship might have added a few to it this year, and I think I got a little grayer than that rule book anyways, but I got to thank my mom and dad for making a dream a reality. My wife, Jackie, my son, Tommy, and Mackenzie. And we're expecting another baby in May, so that'll put a little damper on pulling right out the get-go, but hey, we'll make it work. So, and my brother and his wife and kids, and my sister and her husband and kids, and all the fans, and everybody else that's cheered us on over the years, this one's for you. My family, couldn't do it without you. Especially all my employees at Island & Sons Trucking, General Transport, especially my guys in the shop. Carrie, Dakota, Cam, Alex, and the rest of the guys. They've done a lot, kept the truck going and make it competitive. And all my competitors are keeping us on our A game week after week. You take a year off, you're 2 years behind with these guys. They don't give up. And all my sponsors and everybody that makes it happen, Island & Sons Trucking, General Transport, our great friends at Mac Trailer, we count on them day in, day out. In our trucking industry, they build a great trailer. Jim and Steve at Weimer, couldn't do it without you guys. The late Jim Fink, couldn't have done it without him. Cyclone, all the guys there. ProFab do a great job helping us. And Jerry and Jeremy Walker kind of got us started. I know Kent Payne gave us a lot of help off the get-go on this truck, and everybody else that helps us along the way. Couldn't do it without you guys, so I appreciate you, and congratulations to all the champions. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. Have a great night and happy holidays.
Our semi-truck points champion. He said he wasn't much for speaking, but he grabbed that mic like a pro, didn't he? We move on to our Dr. Preload Super Semi Puller of the Year. It's sponsored by Sempico Lubricants out of Sempico, Ohio. Dave Stevenson, Chairman and CEO, stands beside me, entering their 31st year of sponsoring the NTPA. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Super Semi Puller of the Year goes to Pat Island. Give him a hand.
Thanks, Dave, and I run your product, and we firmly believe in it. Thank you for everything you guys do, and all the sponsors, Dr. Preload for our class sponsor, and everybody else that helps out in NTPA, Greg, and all the whole board and everything. But this means a lot. This is voted on by you guys, and I'll tell you what, everybody says this is a family sport, and the kids look up to these pullers, and I'm definitely starting to learn that myself. You come home from a long day at work or getting ready in the morning, you see your kids got all the tractors and semis lined up and they're getting ready to pull, and they hear all the noises and everything else. But I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'm not in the pro stock, because it's always the Simons or Mac trailers that win. But you'd think in the semi I'd have a shoe in on my biggest fans, my kids, but not every time. It's all the other guys that are winning too. So these kids look up to us all, and it's great, and I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Back to some more surprises, Dr. Dan. It's time for some more special awards we have to offer tonight.
We'll ask Chris Schreier to step off the stage as well. Give him a short respite as we go through some of these special awards. Now, these are the surprise ones, so if you're the winner, again, please come up here to our left, here on the side of the stage. We'll present the award, and then you'll head off this way to get a picture. And we're going to start off with the Sled Company of the Year. It's sponsored by SpecCast Collectibles out of Dyersville, Iowa. The 2025 Sled Company of the Year award goes to Vaughn Bauer. Bauer built Iron Man sleds. We congratulate Iron Man Sleds. And folks, as you know, for those of you that know Vaughn, he is excited to grab this microphone right now. Say a couple words.
Yeah, not really. Need to give a pretty big thank you to the Chris Sprecher, which better known as the Big Fella, and Donnie Bauer. Without them two, this is a zero. But thank all you guys. Appreciate it very much.
Vaughn Bauer, Iron Man Sleds.
I was supposed to say for my wife, go Cyclones, to beat #1 today in basketball.
We move on to the Manufacturer of the Year. This is sponsored by SFI Foundation out of California. The presenter tonight, Mike Hurst, is here on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Manufacturer of the Year recipient, Northwoods Engineering, Brian Head. Come on forward. Give him a round of applause. He's coming. Brian, tonight, his wife was with him and his two wonderful children who have spent, I think, the last 2 days either swimming in every swimming pool around or visiting Disney World to every ride they could possibly imagine. I believe Mrs. Hitt is a little tired.
Thanks, Dan. What an honor. For those of you watching online, if this is your first or second time hearing about Northwoods, we're just a small company up in the Midwest, manufacturing and engineering. Our main focus is cylinder heads, but we do a lot more. This afternoon, I had the opportunity to attend the meetings, and as I was explaining how technology moves through groups, I may have offended a couple of our Super Farm customers. So I want to take the time here to see if I can redeem myself. But before I do that, does anybody know what the difference is between a dairy cow and a Super Farm tractor? Anybody? I grew up on a dairy farm in Wisconsin, so I knew what this was. You can't milk a cow for 30 years. So anyway, in all seriousness, we have one of the best Super Farm tractors in the room here. Gary Shabank and Dan Schulte finished second. Both of them have Northwoods parts on them, so they make us look good. We really appreciate them. And on behalf of our company, I'd like to thank our customers, our supplier partners, and even our competitors. It's pretty cool to be up here with the likes of other names like Chaos and Riverside and Weimer and those companies. So, and last but not least, I want to really thank my wife. She reminds me multiple times a day that this business in her life is just as important as this business. So, thank you.
Northwoods Engineering.
Coming soon, How to Win Friends and Influence People, sponsored by Northwoods Engineering.
Yeah, I bet. Another of our special awards we have to offer tonight, presented by Greg Randall on behalf of Van Hazley and Hazley Machine of Fairmont, Indiana's Mechanic of the Year. This guy has his hands full every weekend And that's just with his own stuff. He helps a bunch of you as well. Our 2025 Mechanic of the Year, the Kester Pulling Team.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is very much a surprise. Toby had his shoes off at the table. Just want to say thank you. Our JK Racing Engines, formerly Minor Brothers Racing Engines, has been a lifelong dream of mine to just be involved in the sport of pulling and be able to get some engines out there and our product's only as good as our customers. So a lot of the guys make us look good, just like this guy standing beside me. Without him, I can't do any of this. So it's just me at work and Harrison, my worker, and Toby shows up on his own time to help me on Thursdays or Fridays, and he stays. So this is a very very appreciated gift right here. Thank you.
Thank you. No. Congratulations. Thank you.
One more while we're at it in terms of special awards, the NTPA National Fan Cheer of the Year Award, sponsored by Sapeka Lubricants of Cleveland, Ohio. And our presenter is Mr. Dave Stevenson. This award recognizes an event or individuals who've shown something remarkable during the previous season. Dave Stevenson.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. Hey, greetings, everyone. Thank you all for being here. Hey, who could ask for a better location and better weather than we have right here, right now? You know, I really appreciate the people of Von Bauer that put this together and moved us out of the frigid drizzle that's happening now in the north. So I am really happy to be here, and I hope we can continue this for years to come. Anyway, moving on, the Sampico Fan Cheer of the Year Award recognizes an event or individuals who have shown something remarkable, creating a great amount of crowd applause, your fans, throughout this past pulling year. This year's recipient, in his first year of pulling, received a great deal of support from his fellow classmates. This is not unusual in this sport, but it is unusual in many sports, where you guys will all help each other right up to the minute you get on that line. And after you pull off the track, you're all helping each other again. Really remarkable. And it isn't gone unnoticed from our side, a fan side. Because of this help from his competitors, he went on to improve as the season progressed, ending up in third place in a very competitive class. I watched as young fans in the stands, because that's where we are throwing koozies, and on social media, all these young people created the loudest cheer every time he hit the track. It's my pleasure to present the 2025 Sampico Fan Cheer of the Year Award to Marshall DeBro.
And there's our winner. Round of applause, please.
I just want to thank all my fans. It's been quite a year, quite an experience, and without the support from everyone, it wouldn't be as fun. So thank you.
Congratulations. Our final surprise award before we go back to our top 10 is the Crew Chief Award. This year it's sponsored by E. Grayson and Associates out of Delaware, Ohio, presented by Dana Randall. Now this award acknowledges a person or persons who display teamwork, dedication, and a professional attitude regarding keeping an NTPA competitor on track. The 2025 recipient, come on down, Jody Ross. And there he is, the crew chief of the ward, ladies and gentlemen, Jody Ross.
Thank you. Well, this is a surprise. I think somebody maybe knew this at the table, but I want to thank everybody that voted for me, for our team. I enjoy keeping the tractor running and our crew at home. This is not just for me, this is for everybody at our business. And people up at where Colin works at Chaos. It's a group effort, but I'm in there at night working on it. And we're up early in the morning at the pools to check things out, including my wife. And I can't believe it. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate this.
Congratulations, Jody. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we wish to bring back to the stage Chris Schreier and continue with the NTPA Grand National Circuit presented by Case IH for the awards in our tractors division.
We're moving on to the High Torque Super Farm as our next featured category. Our top 10 in 2025, finishing number 10, Greg and Russ Freeze, Deer Tracks. Finishing number 9, Stan Warda, Hammer and Hank. In the 8th spot, Brooke Ferris, Absolutely Nuts. Finishing number 7, Wayne Lamore and Joe Bush, Fear the Deer. Number 6, John Silsby, The Crop Doctor. Finishing number 5, Lee Butts, Press On. Finishing number 4, Ryan Anderson, Green Galvanized Stairs, Checking Out. Finishing number 3, Brooke Ferris, Assorted Nuts. Your runner-up in 2025, Dan Schulte and Binder Express, and your champion.
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, High Torque Super Farm Tractors, Gary Schuvink, Reedsburg, Wisconsin, New Attitude. The tale of two halves as Gary Schuvink's IH 1466 was looking up the leaderboard at the Ferris family's Assorted Nuts. Brooks piloted the tough Case IH to a sweep at the Meade County NTPA Grand Nationals, having a 3-point advantage over Dan Schulte. It was the second hook of the High Torque Super Farms in Rockville, Iowa, which Gary started his march to his second title in 3 years. He won there and then 2 weeks later dominated the field in Bowling Green by taking the weekend sweep. However, Ferris still led by 2 points. New Attitude finished strong at the Sandwich Fair, as although Gary did not win, he did well on the Illinois clay to have an 8-point lead over Schulte's Binder Express. Schuvink went into the season finale in Urbana, Ohio with Enderley pull-off, and the title was not in doubt. He closed out the season by placing an exclamation point on his championship. Please welcome to the stage our Super Farm champion, Gary Schuvink.
Thank you. It is a great privilege and honor to be up here for the second time in my short career that I've been with the Grand National Circuit. And it's just a overwhelming feeling. Obviously, I have to thank my wife, Denise, son at home, various people here and there, Dan Schulte. I have to basically thank the whole Super Farm class, because no matter what, you need something, they'll help you. They're there. Obviously, High Torque Starter for their sponsorship for our Pacific class. We work with Salamine Performance up there with Pat and Ryan, and then also the Apex Turbo, which is also a sponsor. And they're the ones that have put us in the winner's circle one more time. We appreciate that. Tire-wise, I guess we've also used K3 Tire, and then recently some work with Hawthorne and also Fair Valley Performance. We want to thank them. We also run a Northwoods head, even though that could change. But anyway, thank all the places that have had us there and the experiences we've been able to experience at those places. I mean, the Bowling Greens, up to Toma, and all of them. It's a great experience, and I'm looking forward to hopefully going to them new ones that they've signed for us, and hopefully they'll get a couple more. And thank you, fans. That's our most important people. They're the ones that pay all of our bills. So thank you all.
Your 2025 points winner. We move now on to the High Torque Super Farm Puller of the Year, sponsored by Salamine Performance out of Maybe, Michigan. The presenter, Danielle White from the NTPA office. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Super Farm Puller of the Year, Gary Savink.
Once again, unbelievable ride this has been. I tell you what, I hope everybody experiences it. And thank you very much to all the track workers out there that do their thing to make it possible. And obviously, everybody involved, sponsors that I'm too numerous to mention. But thank you again. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Gary, the Puller of the Year. We move on to the light superstock class.
We honor tonight our light super finishers, and they are going to receive their points fund, divisional fund, and Case IH award monies tonight. Finishing number 10, Brandon Phillips in Straight Jacket. Finishing number 9, Larry Phillips, Extremely Insane. 8th place finisher on the season, Adam Spiegelberg and Detonator Black. Finishing number 7, Colton Scott Whitworth, the Binbuster. Finishing number 6, Marcus Wedelson, Gunpowder and Lead. Finishing number 5, Brian Bowles, Alter Ego. 4th place finisher, Cody and Mike Cheezick, Armed and Dangerous Excessive Force. Finishing number 3, Terry Blackburn and Mike Cheezick, Considered Armed and Dangerous. Your runner-up, Rex Kuhn and Letterbuck, and your champion is...
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Light Super Stock Tractors, Colton Whitworth, Worthington, Missouri, Yield Express. Colton piloted his John Deere 4020 to its 2nd consecutive NTPA Grand National title, netting wins in Toma, Rockwell, and Canton, while taking home a pair of 2nd place finishes, as well as a trio of 3rd place finishes. However, was hotly contested light superstock division with no fewer than 4 names having the lead at some point of the season. Brian Bull's Alter Ego won the first hook at the Budweiser Dairyland NTPA Super Nationals in Toma, Wisconsin. Then Colton Whitworth won the 2nd time out and took over the lead from Bowles by 2 points. Yield Express led the month of July by a single point. At the end of the National Tractor Pulling Championships in Bowling Green, Ohio, former champion Marcus Wedelson had whittled down Whitworth's lead by a half point. During Canton, Ohio's Stark County Fair NTPA Grand Nationals, Wedelson's Gunpowder and Lead took over the lead by half a point, with catastrophic damage to both Wedelson and Bowles in Canton left Whitworth in the driver's seat to the championship. While Rex Kuhn gave a good chase all season long and ended up runner-up in points, Whitworth secured the title at NTPA season finale in Urbana, Ohio. Please welcome to the stage our 2025 NTPA Light Superstock Champion, Colton Whitworth.
Thank you. It was a great summer traveling around all over the Midwest with family and friends. I got to start off by thanking my dad, most of all, for giving me the opportunity to do this. None of this would be possible without him. Our sponsors, NK Seeds, they do a tremendous amount for us. Lance Blackaby helps keep everything going and helping make all this possible. My mom, my wife, my daughter, all of them for allowing us to be gone so many weekends in the summer to keep doing this sport we all love. And got to thank Ernie Connor does our turbos, Mark Horth cuts our tires, all those guys helping make all this happen. I really appreciate it.
Your points champion for 2025. Let's now introduce the puller of the year for this light superstock class. It's sponsored by Local Threads out of Worthington, Ohio. Chris Schreier will be presenting that award tonight. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Light Superstock Puller of the Year. Congratulations, Colton Whitworth.
I really got to appreciate all of my fellow competitors. They're some of the best guys to run with all summer. We really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Colton. One more time for an incredible class. We move on to the Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock class.
Thank you to Yoder Popcorn for sponsoring our 2025 Pro Stock Division, finishing number 10 this season. Braden and Brian Schremek, Youngblood, finishing number 9. Rob Russell, the Workhorse. 8th place, Tim Kane, the Red Gambler. Finishing number 7, Brent Meyer, Brandon and RJ Simon, Injected Funds. Finishing number 6, Robbie and Esden Lemke, New Generation Plus. Finishing number 5, Denny, Sam, and Elijah Brown, Green with Envy. Finishing number 4, Julia Ray and James Ray, Mac Daddy. Finishing number 3, Mike Conley and James Ray, Mac Nasty. And your runner-up on the season, Brandon and RJ Simon, Loud and Heavy X. And your champion for 2025 in Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock.
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock Tractors. Brent Meyer, Brandon, and RJ Simon, Farley, Iowa, Loud and Heavy. Even though it was a marathon and not a sprint in the Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock Division in 2025, the Simon Meyer team up was impressive out of the gate by virtue of doubling up the field at the Power Pool Nationals in Hutchinson, Minnesota, where Meyer took the sweep on the John Deere 8530. It would be the only wins of the season for Loud and Heavy, but it was the consistency to which the team kept ahead of the pack for nearly the entire season with another pair of seconds, a trio of thirds and fourth place finishes, and a lone fifth place that paced the division. In fact, there were 3 other pro stockers with more wins on the season and 2 others that also garnered 2 wins. However, no other challenger was more consistent. Teammate tractor Loud and Heavy X of the Simons tied after their first hook in Bowling Green and led by a point, leaving Wood County. By the next weekend in Wellington, Ohio's Friday night spectacular hook, a pair of John Deeres were tied again. The very next weekend, Loud and Heavy took over the points lead and never relinquished it. Please welcome to the stage our 2025 Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock champions, the team of Brent Meyer, Brandon, and RJ Simon.
Wow, they weren't kidding. It is bright up here. Tonight we celebrate something truly special. Loud and Heavy got its 3rd title, championship title. And with this win, our team reaches a milestone of 5 straight Pro Stock championships. And it's a pretty awesome feat to think of it. We're pretty proud of that. It's kind of a dream come true, something we never expected. But here we are. And this Pro Stock tractor was where it all started for us with the Pro Stocks. Me and Brandon made a trip down to pick this up. It was kind of surreal when we went to get it. It was a lot. We knew nothing about a diesel. We didn't know where the spark plugs went. It was weird. It was really odd. And we just kind of winged it, and it worked out. And we had a lot of struggles along the way, but we learned a lot. And it's been pretty awesome. First season out, it won a championship. And every season since, the last 5 straight, it's been a contender. There's just something about this tractor. When it comes out, wherever it is, just whenever things on the line, it's kind of that go-to. It'll always find its way and fight its way right up to where it is. That's how it's earned its name, Loud and Heavy. And none of it, though, happens without all the people behind it. There's a lot of people behind this team. And one is Jim Brisky. He come on board this year, joined the team, Brent's team, and he was a huge help. Just really happy he was on board. He drove the rig a lot of times to the events, worked countless hours on it, stayed down at our shop, slept in a hotel, slept in the hauler, and worked his tail off for the team on that tractor. It was just awesome. Jim just knew what it took, and he knew right away that we like to win. And it was pretty awesome that he was there. And I think he really enjoyed when we went 1, 2, 3 there on Saturday night at Bowling Green with the Pro Stocks. I think that was a feat that I think we'll always remember and never, ever forget. So that was amazing. But one moment that really stands out in our team is at Rockwell. We went out there Friday night and burnt it down. It lost a water pump and burnt the pistons. We don't carry a spare engine in the trailer. Don't even have one in the shop. And we didn't know what we were going to do. It was leading the points. Brandon and Brad were down pulling in Mount Sterling, Illinois with the mod. They said, called Brandon, said, we heard it. We got some pistons. What do you think? And we already knew we were sending it to Farley and we're going to thrash on it. So it went to Farley. I mean, wow. The Ament crew, Ament Repair, Austin and Ron, Brad, Jim, Mike Mullins, Jerry, Chris, Jeremy, everyone jumped in. Brent was there, and it was all hands on deck, and everyone got it done, and it came out and ran flawless on Saturday night, and we were super happy. Also got to thank the corn burner crew stuck at Rockwell with me so we could pull that afternoon. Jason Sullivan and his whole team for helping us out. It's just awesome. I got to throw a huge shout out to Riverside Engines. Without Keith and Phil, I wouldn't be able to keep these things running like they are. They're just a huge part of that program. Thanks to them. It's pretty awesome what they do for us, and just keep doing. Jim and Steve at Weimer Performance, huge part of our success as well with the fuel and air systems. They're just top-notch guys. Couldn't do without them. It's just awesome. And of course, I got to thank Chad Mayhill and his team at CM Pulling Tires. He handles a semi-load of tires usually when we show up, literally. He'll unload them nights, weekends for me sometimes. And he still manages to get them ready for Tuesday or Wednesday when we need to leave. He might grumble a little bit at us and get a little bucky, but we always work through that, don't we, Chad? So, and we really appreciate him and everything he does for us. Top-notch program. Couldn't do without those tires. Also, got to throw a huge shout out that chassis to Tim Engler for that chassis. It's just an outstanding piece. It's amazing to think how old that tractor really is. And it started out with one of the great legends of the sport, Steve Boyd's. Is where it started as its life. So pretty awesome. It's still out here winning championships. That says everything about the quality behind it. Got to give a huge special thanks to Steve and Wendy Meyer, Brent's parents. Steve's going through some health things right now, and we're real confident he's gonna pull through and make it next year to come pulling with us again. So really pulling for him, praying for him, and we know he'll be there, and he's our biggest supporter. So Steve, this one's for you. Then I got to thank Lincoln Diesel Specialties. They're the owners of the tractor, Brent Meyer and Lauren. Thanks for everything you do. Letting Brandon and myself run the tractor when you guys can't come. Thanks for all the support and everything you do for our team. Means a lot. Got to thank Nutrient Ag for their support this year that came on board, and the trust they put in our program. I got to thank Unziger Equipment, Chad, Mike, for all their support, keeping our forklifts around the shop running so we can lift the cylinder head off every once in a while. And also got to give a huge shout out to Simpico Oil, been with us a long time. Dave, Jason Stevenson, their support, their knowledge, their product is exactly what we need. We put your oil to the test every week in, week out. It delivers every time. More than that, we enjoy your company and your presence around our team and our family. Got to thank our wives for everything they do between the toter homes and keeping them going. Our houses, they wash a lot of sheets, let's just put it that way, and a lot of crew shirts. So can't do without them. Our kids for all the cheers and everything. Their pride and excitement is what fuels us to do this. And finally, I got to thank my parents, my mom, my dad, for everything they've done for us and our family, and everything they've taught us about life and business, and tractor pulling, the lessons, the discipline, the sacrifices. That's the foundation, everything we've built. So 5 years, 5 championships, a team, a family, a tractor gets called loud and heavy that just won't quit. Thank you all. This is what it's all about. Thank you.
2025 points champion. We now move on to the Pro Stock Puller of the Year. This is sponsored by Riverside Engines, Tiffin, Ohio. Standing beside me is Allison Benedict from our NTPA team. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Yoder Popcorn Pro Stock Puller of the Year award goes to Mike Connie and James Ray with Mac Nasty, Puller of the Year.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for everybody that voted on that. We've got a great class, and my congratulations go out to all the Pro Stock Pullers. We're all friends, but we all compete real hard. We're all hard driving guys, and I guess we all are all in this room. So thank you very much for this award. It's a surprise, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Mike Connie, Mac Nasty. As this group leaves the stage, you'll see them being led off by Allison Benedict. I want to say that we have been very blessed at the NTPA office to be able to have an intern program. High school, college students being able to come in and learn things about marketing, maybe learn things about sponsorship, maybe about IT and digital media. Allison Benedict lives just outside of Marion, Ohio, and is currently an intern. We didn't introduce her before, but I want to introduce her now. Give her a hand, Allison Benedict.
Our next class of honorees tonight is the Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel class. And our honorees tonight include finishing number 10, Brad Campbell and Maybe. Finishing number 9, Brandon Hunt, Living a Dream. Finishing number 8, Joe and Zach Degenhardt, Digging Hard. Finishing number 7, Steve Burge and Lock and Load. In the 6th spot, Roger Peterson, Just Another One. Finishing number 5, Mike Schultz and Doug Meisinger, The Remedy. Finishing number 4, Travis Schlaba, The Bone Twister. Finishing 3rd, Kyle Holland, Black Tornado Revived. Your runner-up on the 2025 season for Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel, Kent Payne Super Rooster. And your champion is...
'25 NTPA Grand National Champion, Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel Tractors, Colin Ross, Waynesburg, Pennsylvania, triple bypass. Colin Ross successfully and impressively defended his championship in the division on his McCormick. He nearly took home the title in the Superstock Open class, but damage late in the season thwarted that effort and placed in temporary jeopardy his diesel title aspirations. Still with 8 wins in the diesel division, as well as earning second place 3 different times, it showed Ross mettle and superiority. It took time for Ross to get cooking as Degenhardt's Digging Hard led the first month of the summer, but July put Ross in the leader's position, reeling off 4 wins in a row, keeping ahead of Kent Payne's Super Rooster by 8.5 points. Breakage for Colin at the National Tractor Pulling Championships in Bowling Green put Rooster in the lead by 1 point going into Sandwich, Illinois. By virtue of the sweep of the Saturday sessions, Triple Bypass was in the lead for good as he went to the early pull-off with a 10-point lead, which was not going to ever be headed. Please welcome to the stage 2025 Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel Champion, Colin Ross.
Well, thank you very much. Since the classes merged in 1999, there's only been
three people to win 5 championships in the super stock class. And it says in Lane, Brian Tramick, and now our family. And we couldn't be more honored and proud to be in that group with those guys. This year was a little bit different for us. We had no intentions of running 2 classes. It just kind of worked out that way with the weather and everything. It happened with rainouts. It allowed us to do that. And as you know, a lot of you know, we love running with the alcohol tractors. It's a challenge for us, and we sure do enjoy that. And it was a great battle with those guys. And we'd like to congratulate Terry Blackburn, Josh Blackburn, and Mike and Cody Chiswick on their great year. And we sure did have a lot of fun with them. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for giving me and our family the opportunity to do this, have this opportunity to sit in this room with you people tonight. I'd like to thank I can't believe I'm saying this weird, thank my beautiful wife. We just got married about a month ago. Tomorrow is our 1-month anniversary. So she is my rock. She I don't know, she's perfect, and she lets me do this, and she bitches a little bit, but not too much, I promise. She's great. She really does. It helps that her family does it too, and she gets it. And as you all know, you got to have a partner and a spouse that gets it, because it's a different kind of addiction, that we all have in this room. And I'm certainly lucky to call her mine. I'd like to thank my sister, my brother-in-law, and my new niece, Ellington. They've been a huge help all year long. I'd like to thank all the guys back at Ross Tractor Sales, Sean, Frank, Mark, and Tim. Anytime we need something, they're always stepping in to give us a hand, and that tractor would not do what it does without those guys and all their help. So we certainly appreciate that. I'd like to thank Kevin Campbell when Chaos Fabrication. Obviously, I work there, but anytime that tractor ever needs something, doesn't matter what it is, when it is, we make it happen. And couldn't do it without him and all those guys up there. They are the best, plain and simple. I'd like to thank Weimer Performance. Jim and Steve Kalinowski are great friends of our family, and they've been great with us. That tractor would not run the way it does without them. I'd like to thank Bob Nichols as well for putting us an excellent cut on our tires and always answering a call when we call to make it happen. I'd like to thank Larry and Lisa at ProFab as well, always doing us a great job. I'd like to thank everyone here at NTPA for all their hard work all summer long. Dan and Charles on the mics, you guys have done a great job. I'd like to thank Vaughn and Lori Bauer. Those people sacrifice their life to give us a platform to have their sleds every weekend, and they do a great job. And NTPA would not be what it is without them. I'd like to thank all the NTPA sponsors, especially Newfields Ag, our class sponsor. They've been great, and all the sponsors throughout. I'd like to congratulate all the Diesel Superstock competitors this year. As most of you know, our class has kind of sucked the last few years, but I tell you what, I thought we put on a great show all year long. And every one of these guys up here, they worked their ass off. And to be able to get these tractors down the track is no easy task. And it's an honor to be standing up here with them tonight. And I think we put on a great show all year long, and I think we're going to continue that going forward. This has been one of the best years of my life. Obviously, winning our 5th championship this year, getting married, and having a new member of our family and our team, Ellington. We certainly are blessed, and we just couldn't have had a better year. I'd like to congratulate all the champions this year that's sitting in this room. It's a true honor to be standing up here in front of you tonight. Thank you very much.
2025 points champion. And now we move on to the Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel Puller of the Year. It's sponsored by Bauer Built Ironman Sleds out of Iowa. Vaughn Bauer standing here to present the award. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Superstock Diesel Puller of the Year goes to Colin Ross.
Thank you very much again. Just want to thank everyone that voted for us, and I'd like to thank everyone that voted for my dad for crew chief of the year. That means a lot to us, and there is no one that works his ass off harder. I know a lot of people work hard in this room, but I promise you, he is one of the hardest working people I've ever met. So thank you very much.
Newfields Ag Superstock Diesel winners.
And now we present our Super Stock Open category for 2025. Finishing number 10, Mark Vinegar, the Warrior. Finishing number 9, John Strickland, Get a Load of That Too. Finishing number 8, Robert Gansimer, Rutten Deer. Finishing number 7, Zane Daly, Rutten Deer 2. Finishing number 6, Scott Whitworth, Field Forged. Finishing number 5, John Raymond, the John Deere 5020. Finishing number 4, Cody and Mike Cheezick, Considered Armed and Dangerous HD. Finishing number 3, Dylan and Alan Babal, Under the Influence. Your runner-up, Callan Rawson, Triple Bypass, and your 2025 Super Stock Open champion is...
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Super Stock Open Tractors. Terry Blackburn driver, Mike Cheezick owner, Shellsburg, Wisconsin, Extremely Armed and Dangerous. One of the most intriguing races of the NTPA Grand National Circuit presented by Case IH was the Super Stock Open, as the alcohol entry of Blackburn and Cheezick went head-to-head with Ross Diesel effort. And at the end of the day, it was a 1-point advantage for Extremely Armed and Dangerous. 3 of the 4 hooks to begin the season rained out, and Terry Blackburn had a 1-point lead by virtue of the lone hook there, and then July's effort at Fort Recovery was totally lost to rain. The North Iowa Nationals in Rockwell found the Ross family's Triple Bypass taking a win and a second, which gave Ross a 2-point lead going into Bowling Green. Blackburn returned the favor in BG by sweeping the weekend, and Ross, unfortunately, having mechanical breakage, gave Terry a 5-point cushion going into Urbana, Ohio, which solidified that the title is going back to Wisconsin and Team Cheezick. Please welcome to the stage your 2025 Super Stock Open champions, Terry Blackburn and Mike Cheezick.
I drew the short straw of this year. Terry couldn't make it. He had a open heart surgery this Monday, and they put a travel ban on him. And I hear he's ready back to work this past Wednesday, so he's ready wrenching on the stuff, ready for next year. He would like to thank his wife Colleen, his son Josh, Molly, and all the crew back at Blackburn Racing Components. Without them, half the battles in the shop. Without them, none of this would be possible. He would like to thank Mike Cheezick and his family. Without them, none of this would be possible. We would like to thank Schaefer's Oil for all their continued sponsorship over the years. They're the one oil over the last how many people we tried that it continually works and it doesn't destroy our stuff. We would like to thank Mark Korth, K3 Tire, for all the stuff he's been doing for us over the years. Hell of a tire cutter. Couldn't ask nothing better from him. Thank you.
Points champion for 2025. We now move on to the Super Stock Open Puller of the Year. It's sponsored by Senpico out of Cleveland, Ohio. The presenter standing beside me, Dwayne Tuman, Regional Sales Manager. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Super Stock Open Puller of the Year. That award tonight goes to Colin Ross.
Thank you very much again. We love pulling in the alcohol class. It's a hell of a challenge for us, and I'd like to congratulate again Terry Blackburn and Mike Cheezick and Cody on our year. They make us work very hard, and we sure do like running against them. So thank you very much.
Super Stock Open class for 2025. We move on to the CM Pulling Tires Modified Mini Class.
The wildest ride in the sport of pulling, the CM Pulling Tires Mini Rods. Your top 10 includes finishing number 10 this year, Renee Theobald, Pretty Wicked. Finishing number 9, Jeff Hurt, Be Bear. 8th goes to Adam Kester, Beast of Burden. Number 7, Adam Kester, Walk the Line. Finishing number 6, Troy Arndt, Slingshot. Number 5, your newest inductee into the Hall of Fame, Ken Vini, Funny Lil Farmall. Finishing number 4, Jeff Hurt, Lil Bear. Finishing 3rd, Lindsey Campbell, Short Fused. And your runner-up in CM Pulling Tires Modified Mini, Adam Bauer, Iron Toy. And your champion is...
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, CM Pulling Tires Mini Modifieds. Adam Kester, Wadesville, Indiana, Shell Rotella, Footloose. Veteran Adam Kester had a successful campaign in the division as he led most of the season with the legendary Footloose Mini. He was able to pilot all 3 of the Shell Rotella team minis into the top 8 in the final GM point standings. Walk the Line finished 7th, while Beast of Burden finished 8th. However, Lindsey Campbell and Jeff Hurt kept constant pressure on Kester, and Adam Bauer had sterling moments on the tour as well. By Chapel Hill, Tennessee's Super Pull of the South, Footloose and Short Fused of Campbell were tied for the lead. Then after Bowling Green, Hurt's Lil Bear was breathing down the neck of Kester's Footloose and would surpass him at the Friday Night Spectacular in Wellington, Ohio the next weekend to lead by 3 points. Then came Wauseon, Ohio's Labor Day weekend event, and Kester outlasted Hurt, gaining 6 points, while Iron Toy of Adam Bauer made up points and closed the gap. Still, it was Kester who laid down a strong pass in Urbana, Ohio, to take home his 3rd among many for the Kester Shovel team collectively. Please welcome to the stage your 2025 CM Pulling Tires Mini Modified Champion, Adam Kester.
Thanks, Donald Lou. That's a good whistle. This year's been a pretty trying year, I think. Running 3 tractors in a very tough class with all these people. It's pretty hard to do, but any of these guys up here would help you if you needed it. And just want to say it was an honor running with these guys all year long. It was a tough circuit, just like much of you guys in every other class. Running the entire circuit's pretty tough on everybody. A lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of travel. Got to thank my wife, Jamie. She didn't get to go with me a lot this year. Made it kind of tough. She was at home taking care of our kids. Just got to thank her more than anything, because without her, I can't do this. Obviously, I got to thank my mom. She's there to support us, whatever we need. Always a shoulder to lean on when we need stuff. Toby and Donna, obviously, can't do this without Toby. He's my right-hand man. He takes off all his vacation to come with me pulling, and for the guy to take off all his spare time to go through the abuse of working really hard with me all year long, I greatly appreciate it, man. I really do. Donna, thank you for letting him do that. I know there's vacations and stuff you guys want to go on and things you want to do. Thank you for letting him come with me pulling. We're a great team. We're a small team, but we feel that we're pretty powerful with my friends at home. Come by in the weekend or during the week. There's a lot of them that stop by to help with all kinds of things, loading, working on stuff. My crazy idea is change tires in between tractors during the class. They really appreciate me doing that to them. But more than anything, this season is dedicated to my dad and to Bob Miner. Lost both of them. Bob recently, Dad 6 years ago. I've learned everything I could from him. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Points winner 2025. Let's talk about the Modified Mini Puller of the Year. It's sponsored by TRB Machine out of Zeeland, Michigan. Presenter tonight, Greg Randall. The winner, the 2025 NTPA CM Pulling Tires Modified Mini Puller of the Year, Adam Kester.
I know I forgot a few. Chad Mayle, thank you for the tires. Brad Corporal, thank you for the chassis. We were pretty bad here a couple years, and he really brought us around, brought some motivation back to our team. I greatly appreciate that. This is a surprise too. The last time I won a championship, Ken Vinny won Puller of the Year. He probably deserves it again this year. That man, if he can keep doing what he's doing, I want to see him next year here too. So thank you everybody in the class. Thank you all the other competitors. And thank you to the promoters for having our class. It is a big class. We are a big number of vehicles. Thank you for having our class back every year. Everybody in the class appreciates it. So thank you.
CM Pulling Tires Modified Mini Puller of the Year. We move to the GMS Manufacturing and Machine Light Modified class.
For those of you in the room who are disadvantageously positioned based on your table assignments, I am here to reassure you that the score currently at the end of the first quarter is Indiana Hoosiers 3, the Ohio State Buckeyes 0.
It's only first quarter. Get ready.
GMS Light Modified, your top 10 this year. Craig Sage finishes number 10, Ohio Express Jr. Finishing number 9, Bill Voice, American Thunder. Finishing number 8, Chase Smith, Outclassed. Finishing number 7, Terry Feist, Feisty Farmer. Finishing number 6, Todd Feist, Snow Farmer. Finishing number 5, Les Corporal, Corporal Punishment. In the 4th spot, Chase and David Richardson Tag Team. Finishing number 3, RJ Simon, Simon Says. And your runner-up, Brent and Johnny Payne, Limitless. And your champion is...
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, GMS Light Modified Tractors, Wayne Sullivan, Warsaw, Kentucky, the Kentuckian. While the Sullivan family has enjoyed 2 NTPA championships in the two-wheel drive truck category, for the patriarch of the family, Wayne Sullivan, it has been a long wait for his first NTPA Grand National Modified Tractor category championship. For 2025, the elder statesman was able to kick in the door of the GMS Light Modified Tractor class to garner that first multiple engine title. Early on, it was a seesaw points battle between Sullivan and R.J. Simon, a name that was a thorn in the side of many champions, holding off the formidable Iowan. Simons took the first hook of the division in Toma, Wisconsin, and then Wayne's Kentuckian took the final hook of the division, leading by 2 points going into Dorr, Michigan, where Sullivan maintained his lead. Then Simon took the win at the North Iowa Nationals in Rockwell, overtaking the points lead. Sullivan took his second of 3 wins in the division in the last session, and just like leaving Toma, the Kentuckian left Rockwell with the points lead, one that he would not relinquish for the rest of the season. The late challenge was laid down by Johnny Payne and Limitless. It would be a sweet season for the veteran Sullivan, his first NTPA Grand National title. Please welcome to the stage 2025 NTPA GMS Light Modified Tractor Champion, Mr. Wayne Sullivan.
Thank you very much. I mean, this is a great year for my team. And like my grandson told me before I come down here, he said, Papa, you made it big. You get to go down there and talk to Mickey and Donald. So I mean, it's a great year. Like I say, I know you get everybody here gets tired. Everybody listen to somebody thank everybody, but we got to thank them because they're pulling this big events like we do, and we need everybody that can help us. And I like to thank NTPA and all of our sponsors. I can't rename them all, but you see the stickers on our vehicles, and they will be on there this year. We got a big thing about that. And all my sponsors, I like to thank Optima Battery and Sapico Oil. What a great oil. Great bunch of guys that you can't beat that company. And when I got a dam auction, it's a local auction company. It helps us out this year. And it's Kim and Sean. They own the company, and they've been pulling, like Kim is the daughter of Bruce Hutchison, and Sean Jansen, him and his dad pulling Illinois for a year. I like to thank him. I like to thank Tim Beatty. He helped us a lot this year, and been a great help. And I like to thank all my boys, Donnie, Danny, Paul, my daughter, Sherry. She keeps me straight. And one I like to thank most is my wife. I mean, she's been with me for 60 years, and she has let me do this. Because, all the pullers here, you know what we go through. We're gone home a lot. We miss a lot. We miss going to ball games, and we miss going to graduations. And all you wives that help do that, get us through that, I want to thank you. And I like to thank all my boys, Donnie, Danny, Paul, and all of them. I repeated that, I'm sorry. But I'd really like to thank Donnie. He is Sullivan Pulling. He takes care of everything everywhere we go. Everything we buy, he tries to pay for them on time. And he tells us where we're going. And I couldn't be up here and do what I do if it wasn't for Donnie, that's for sure. And I'd like to thank my grandson, Brant. I miss him greatly. He's in California, and we talk all the time. We talk back and forth about our setups, and he keeps me young. Maybe I'll teach him something down the line, but we have a great rapport. And I like to thank guitars. I mean, we've got guitars I've seen a lot in pulling this over my career, and the guitars that we got now for our tractors and the two-wheelers has come a long way. And I like to thank my guitar cutter. I've never thanked him before, but he's probably watching it. I hope he is. But Larry Darborough, he's sharpened my guitars. He used to work for Bruce Hutchison over the years, and we've tried everything. We've cut them different angle, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't. But I like to thank him. But NTPA, this is my first Grand National event with NTPA, a great company. And I'd like to share something else. My wife with me, she's been to 2 banquets with me now for NTPA. The first one was in 1975 at Indianapolis, and I sat at the table with Bruce Hutchison and his wife, and Don Harness and his wife. And it's one of the things that I really like and appreciate a great deal is all the pullers I've met over the years. I've been able to pull with some great pullers, and the pullers today is this bunch of people in this audience here are some of the greatest in the world. And I enjoy watching pulling very much, and the boys is putting the shows on now to full pull. And it's great. They've made heroes and stars out of a bunch of old country boys, and it's, I really appreciate what they've done. And in closing, pulling has really grown. And I like to say something for the drags, the sled guys. They don't get a lot of recognition, but they do. They try to do their best to put a good show on, and they work so hard at it. And I appreciate that job for they do. Now, sometimes I'm not satisfied the way they do it, but they do. They're trying their best, so I think that's a great thing. But and in closing, be safe, everybody going home. This is beautiful down here, but we all know we all got to go back up north. Thank you very much.
Points champion 2025. Let's talk about the GMS Light Modified Polar of the Year. It's sponsored by World Polling International. Handing out the award today, Brad Moffitt, part of the NTPA team. The winner of the 2025 NTPA GMS Manufacturing and Machine Light Modified Polar of the Year. Congratulations, Wayne Sullivan.
I'd like to thank you very much. I mean, I know all of you probably tired of listening to me, but I really appreciate this award. I've won a lot of trophies and awards in my lifetime, but I've never won a Puller of the Year. So I really thank you a lot and appreciate it very much.
Congratulations. Big hand for this great class. Before we move to the modified class, my dear friend standing to the left thought it was so important just a couple minutes ago to update you on a score. So allow me to do the same. End of the first quarter, Ohio State 7, Indiana 3. Go ahead, Charles.
If you're going to throw things at the stage, aim at him, please. Your top 10. In Grand National Modified, finishing number 10 this season, Brett Berg, a rank C to Moneymaker. Finishing number 9, Matt Johnson, the Dirt Slinger 1X. Finishing number 8, Les Corporal Punishment. Finishing number 7, Doug Christensen, Pack Rat 4. 6th place goes to Steve Bunnage, Takes a Lickin'. Finishing number 5, Tommy Owens, the Ramblin' Rose. Finishing number 4, Ricky and Jeff Rose, Giddy Up. Number 3 goes to Dylan Owens in Thorn. And your runner-up in Grand National Modified, Bill Leichner and the Dirt Slinger. And your champion is...
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Modified Tractors, Brandon Simon, Farley, Iowa, Simon Says. For the second time in 3 years, Brandon Simon stood atop the division with his powerful steed and squeezed by last year's champion Bill Leichner in the legendary Dirt Slinger by 5 points. Coming out of the Power Pole Nationals in Hutchinson, Minnesota, the defending champion had the lead on the field, even though Simon had a thunderous win on the second day. By the time the dust settled at the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals in Toma, Wisconsin, Simon had tied Leichner for the lead. After leaving Rockwell, Iowa, Simon had picked up his third win of the season and built a 9-point edge over Tommy Owens, Simon's nemesis, from his 2023 NTPA GM Modified title, in which Brandon squeaked out a 1-point advantage. Heading into Illinois for the Sandwich Fair Showdown, Simon had a comfortable lead over Leichner. However, damage after taking the noon session win kept Simon Says as a point scratch for session 2. And even with the 4-point lead heading into the Enderley pull-off in Urbana, Ohio, if the Simons could not make the call, the title would have been up for grabs. The hardworking team got things put back together and won the finale to put the exclamation point to a great season. Please welcome to the stage your 2025 NTPA Grand National Modified Champion, Brandon Simon.
Before RJ comes up here, and Brandon, I'm sure you're watching at home, I want to apologize. There's an error in that film after we had recorded that and put it to bed. We stated that your point scratch in session 2 at Sandwich, toughest day in pulling. That's not true. The tractor did run, and it was a part of that program. So my apologies to you guys for the inaccuracy. Congratulations, RJ. Yeah.
Well, I get the honors of speaking on behalf of my brother. He's at home thinking all his cattle are going to freeze if he leaves them. So, yeah, he's watching me. What an incredible season. From the very first hook, came out strong. He kept the momentum going all year. He set the goals. We set the goals real high this year for ourselves. We really wanted to win both championships on the mod, on the NTPA and the PPL side. And proud to say we accomplished that goal, did exactly that. So we didn't get here alone this season. The result of the entire team, the people who gave their time, their knowledge, and their hearts to make this possible. First, we got to thank Adam Kester for them engines. They're flawless. We've had great success with him, and couldn't thank him enough for everything he does, and it's awesome. Got to thank Chad Mayhill for our tire program. Again, he's always there for us, just with questions or thoughts, or if we get a harebrained idea to do something different, he's always there to talk to, and thanks to him. Got to thank SSI Superchargers this year. We came out with some new parts from them, and it's really helped us, and we had a few little issues, hiccups with them, and they were right there helping us and thrashed things out overnight a couple times for us. So couldn't do without them, TJ and his whole crew. And yeah, all them people kept us running at our highest level every weekend. Got to thank our families, Brandon's wife, my wife, all of our kids. Thanks for supporting us, cheering us on, understanding the late nights, long road trips, and constant time away. You're the foundation that keeps us going. Got to give a very special thank you to our parents, Roger and Darlene Simon. Couldn't do it without them. Dad taught us everything about pulling over the years. Shaped us into the competitors we are today. Mom, your love and sacrifices have meant more than we can ever measure. You both gave everything you had for us, so your kids could succeed. And thank you. We're truly blessed to have you as our parents. We got to give a big thank you to Sampico Oil. Been with us a long time. And Dave and Jason and Dwayne, everybody, just great product. And we ran it hard this year. There's a couple days we ran multiple times and different events, and it held the test of time. It's just great product and couldn't do it without them. And everything they do for us, they're always been there with us on our highs and our lows. And thank you for keeping the great product to us. Got to give a huge thank you to Brad Walkham. Brad puts in a lot of effort. He gives 110% all the time, every single weekend. He shows everything. It shows in everything we do. Every vehicle we run up and down the track. He's not just a crew chief to us. He's family, and he's brother. So thanks, Brad. You got to thank Steve Olson for his help in both our businesses and our pulling career. His knowledge and support has been priceless. I got to thank Mike Mullins. He's been a huge part to our team, and couldn't do without him. He does it all. He whatever we ask of him, he'll get it done. So whether it's working cattle today or tonight, and then wrenching on an engine in the morning, he can do anything. So got to thank him. Got to thank Norm. He's always there for us, helping us. My cousin Brian, just couldn't do without him. Just very grateful he's a part of it. He's went with us. I think he used to babysit me. That was his job, but I think he was feeding me beer when I was a little kid, but we don't talk about that. He's just couldn't do without him. My Uncle Marty, thanks for coming along with us on the ride. And thanks to everyone in our businesses at home that keep things rolling. We couldn't do without them. Got some great drivers and great people in our office on the farm. Couldn't do without them. It's just awesome. I got to thank Jason Sullivan, great friend of mine, and his whole crew, Laverne Kelchin, and everybody that comes with them. They've been a huge help this year on our team. Just couldn't do without them. The season's one for the books. We're grateful. We're humble. And we're proud of what our team accomplished together. Thank you all. And here's to many more passes down the track.
2025 points champion. We move to the Modified Puller of the Year, sponsored by Sassy Racing Engines out of Concord, New Hampshire. Marty Wilson is with us tonight to present that award. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Modified Puller of the Year. That award goes to Brandon Simon.
Well, thank you so much on behalf of Brandon. I appreciate all of you voting for him. All of you guys are like family to us. We grew up with you. Thank you so much. And hope the bar's back open.
Congratulations. Modified Puller of the Year. Two-wheel drive pullers, if you have not already moved to the back area, please do so at this time. You'll be after the Unlimited class. Charles?
Unlimiteds for 2025. Your top 10 includes finishing number 10, Brad Benedict, Nonsense. Finishing number 9, Kevin Criswell, Blown Scentless. Finishing number 8, Mark Cole and the Gambler. 7th goes to Ricky Rose and the Giddy Up. Number 6, the Criswell Benedict team, Making Sense. Number 5, Doug Theobald, Full Blown Wicked. Finishing number 4, Billy Beers and War Wagon. Number 3, Adam Bauer, Cross Threaded. Your runner-up, Dave Richardson, Foursome. And your 2025 Unlimited Modified Champion is
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, Unlimited Tractors, Joe Ader, North Collins, New York, EMAX. The competition was fierce in the most powerful division in pulling, the Unlimited Modifieds, as there were 6 different winners in 9 official hooks, as well as a points leader who did not make the winner's circle. The season opened in Toma, Wisconsin, with David Richardson riding Foursome to Friday night's win. And on Saturday night, Billy Beers drove War Wagon to a hard-fought victory. For the weekend, Brad Benedict and Making Sense was the division's points winner. The next weekend at the Lions Super Pull of the South in Chapel Hill, Tennessee, it was 2 different sessions winners, with Doug Theobald taking his first career Unlimited Modified win with Full Blown Wicked, and Adam Bauer taking Session 2's triumph with the Venerable Cross Threaded. Benedict remained the points leader. As the calendar turned to August, Rockwell's North Iowa Nationals saw Richardson pick up his second win of the season, and Kevin Criswell take his lone victory on Saturday night. Still, Criswell's son Brad Benedict had a 4-point lead heading into the National Tractor Pulling Championships in Bowling Green, Ohio. To this point, defending champion Joe Ader stayed within striking distance of the lead with a trio of runner-up finishes. Ader remained cool, but got red hot in BG and doubled the field and left Pulltown USA with a 6-point edge over Richardson's foursome. While Gears took an impressive win in Wellington, Ader and Emacs had an insurmountable lead to give the Western New Yorker another NTPA title to his resume. Please welcome to the stage your 2025 NTPA Unlimited Tractor Champion, Joe Ader.
Welcome. First of all, I want to start out with my family back home and all the work they do to keep everything together. And my team, NTPA staff, the leadership of everybody, the promoters of the shows, you big guys, Bowling Green and Chapel Hill, Fort Recovery. There's a whole list of all of you, but I just appreciate you. I mean, it takes great shows and all that just to make it all come together. I don't know where Marvin is, but I appreciate everything he does. He does a great job keeping everybody safe out there. Jim Miller, building good tracks for us, and Bauer Sleds, appreciated all the guys in your sleds and how hard you guys work to be there every week. And we know we got a good, consistent sled every weekend, and makes my program look pretty good. NTPA sponsors, Case IH, Hot Shot Secret, Mac Trailer, Mike Connie, I really appreciate it. Every year I just adore your company and how hard you work to build such a good American product. SCS Gearbox, Fluid Dampeners, just got a whole list of good people here. JC Seneca, Native Pride back home, and then 30 years of being with NTPA as a sponsor, Simpico Oil. I won 10 championships now with other organizations in here, and always ran your oil, and it's been a good product. A lot of motors, a lot of oils, so it's definitely a good product. Thank you. John Card, Sassy Engines, you know, we finally got through a year without breaking a lot of parts, and it showed good here at the end. So Polar Air, we've been together for 7 years, and Emacs, and we won 5 titles with you, and really proud of your product, and we're going to keep you on board. And we got Skeg mowers now with us, and that's our new colors, and it's pretty exciting to carry my old sponsors on with this new one, and it's going to be something big for down the road with everybody. We're going to work a few years together, and then we're going to try to make something big for all of us. So I'm working for all of us here. RFTV, the Full Pull Live, thank you. It makes us look good out there. It's a really nice thing. And this Skeg deal, we're going to do a bunch of stuff with NHRA Drag Racing, cross promote. I'll be representing tractor pulling over there with NHRA, and got some big names we'll be rubbing shoulders with. So it should be a pretty nice thing. And again, it's for all of you. I got a list here. I don't even know where we started again, but all the champions, congratulations. Papa Wayne, you're one of my heroes, and it was really good to see you get that. And Ken Benny, Bill Leichner, Brian McDonald, you guys, about August, I gotta get my act together and talk to you guys. And Jeff Hurt said, you know what got you here. So I gotta sometimes go back to them good old guys to pull me back, reel me in, and capitalize at the end. And luckily we got it this year. But again, thanks to my good competitors back here. That's what drives me hard and pushes me. So I think that's all we got. Merry Christmas.
Your points champion for 2025. Let's talk about the Unlimited Puller of the Year, sponsored by Modern Machine out of Van Buren, Indiana. Tonight presenting Greg Grando, Executive Director of the NTPA. The winner of the 2025 NTPA Unlimited Puller of the Year, that goes to Joe Ader.
Again, thank you again for everything, and this is voted on by all you, and I really appreciate it. We try to
work hard and make this sport good for everybody. And again, thanks to all my competitors. They make this for me. Thanks.
2025 Puller of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move to the two-wheel drive class.
One more class to go, and then we get into our last round of special awards. But for now, let's pay our respects to the high-flying wheel standards of the NTPA, the two-wheel drives, finishing number 10 in 2025. Joey Frazier, come around sundown. Finishing number 9, RJ Simon. Simon says Chevy. Finishing 8th, Brent and Christy Seacrest. Nothing easy about it. Number 7, Donnie Sullivan, the Big Stick. Number 6, Alan Kane, Mad Max. Finishing number 5, Kelly Nichols, One Fine Edge. Finishing number 4, Jacob Shepard, Alcohol Addiction Retapped. Finishing number 3, Russ Nichols, On the Edge. And your runner-up, Jason Sullivan, the Corn Burner. Your 2025 NTPA two-wheel drive champion belongs to
2025 NTPA Grand National Champion, two-wheel drive trucks. Chase Richardson, Litchfield, Kentucky. Busch Light, Suffering Sanity. It was a successful defensivist title in the division as Richardson continued to stay consistent and garner a win to end the season on top of the hill. Kelly Nichols took 2 of the first 3 wins of the season and led out of Fort Recovery, Ohio. Russ Nichols took over the points lead from wife Kelly in Rockwell, Iowa. Then came the National Tractor Pulling Championships in Bowling Green, Ohio, where Chase made his move. He took the win the first time the division hooked, and then netted third the second hook of the weekend, taking over the lead from Russ Nichols in the field for good. Second place man Jason Sullivan moved into his final position late and took home the Enderley win, but it was Richardson who cruised into Urbana knowing he was taking home the title belt for the second straight year. Please welcome to the stage our NTPA two-wheel drive champion, Chase Richardson.
Well, thank you. I don't ever have a hard time having a good time, or like to think I like to have a good time. But, when you win a championship, I think there's just a few things that come to my mind. The first is how hard it is to do this and how much luck goes into it. We had some luck on our side this year, and, the stars were aligned when we need them to be aligned. So, I'll never get tired of celebrating a championship because you never know if this will ever happen again, let alone 2 years in a row. So obviously I think that's a common sense statement. You like to celebrate championships, but the next thing that comes to my mind is just this class, these guys here, and, the two-wheel drive class. Being from Kentucky, it means a lot. The Sullivan family, I started two-wheel drive pulling, if you didn't know that. And, taking this to a national circuit and being from Kentucky, it does mean something, and the class can get a bad rap because there are so many people competing, but these are some of the best pullers in the country. And I would name all 30 people, or what we have, like 26 run. But if I named them all out individually, it'd probably start raining in here and they would cancel the banquet. So I don't want to do that for everybody right now. But two-wheel drive competitors are some of the best in pulling. And I would never accept any type of two-wheel drive championship without recognizing the Petro family, Jesse, Kathy. Jesse's a great friend. Kathy, I love you. Randy Petro was one of my heroes in pulling, along with Larry Kester and my dad. So those guys always taught me a lot, and I'll never not honor them when I win an award like this in two-wheel drive. And then the last thing, obviously, when you can do special things to special people, it makes it amazing. And we have a lot of people that help us do this, and I'm a very small part of it. Just from we run 4 different classes at 4 different vehicles, my dad, myself, but it's a team operation. And, I want to just shout out the people that really make this happen. My cousin CJ Graysick pulled a Mira with me. Didn't pull this year, but he is my right-hand guy and everything. Way smarter than I'll ever be when it comes to a lot of technical stuff. He's not always there, but CJ is my brother that I never had. So shout out to him. Shout out to Ron Hart, who's not here. He's been my dad's best friend for life. Been pulling a lot of times with us. Donald. Donald Emery works for me and my dad. And I really apologize. I was late coming in. I had to go out of town, but I got word that this guy was walking around this banquet, and I am being dead serious. I do not approve of that. That is very unprofessional for him to walk around without a shirt on. And I do extend my apologies for letting that happen. And I wasn't here. He wouldn't listen to me anyway, but I did get him in a group text with Greg Randall and say, Dad, call Donald, tell him to put his shirt on. So, but Donald, the good thing for you is you've always wanted a new job, and I think you found your calling, Chippendales. Lauren Benter, Bean is what we call him. Bean is, he's been like a brother to me. He works with us now. He's really more responsible for this truck as much as anyone. Bean, I love you. Thank you for everything. This is your championship as much as it is mine. And then really everyone's appreciated, but Chad Mayhill Tires, I don't want to get in the tire game and pulling, but Chad is a good friend and he makes us look very good. Chad, I appreciate your friendship and all you do. Kevin Lusk, Bonesy over there. Father I never had. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. This is your championship. Chuck Ford Superchargers. He's what helps us makes these engines run. Again, I keep saying the name Father, but he's like a father and a great friend to me. He's been a blessing in my life. Brad Corporal, Modern Machine. I don't think he needs an introduction. He does a lot for the pulling world, and fortunately, he helps us with everything we do. And then last but not least, Brian McDonald. He didn't go pulling a lot this year, but that is his truck. And then also my dad, Dave Richardson. He's not here. You know, it's his stuff. I get told that how many times a day, Donald, this is your dad's stuff, not your stuff. But I want to thank Brian because Brian, with that vehicle, gives me a comeback. I'm like, well, it's Brian's shit too, Donald. So those guys are amazing, especially me. And Brian, this is your second championship along with mine. And then, you know, I just want to also just, I love this sport. I want to thank the good Lord for everything that he's done with me. And I'm very competitive, as everyone in this room is, but I'm also been able to do a lot more with this community the last couple of years. And there is a lot of people that live this life that don't get to experience what this community does. And there's people here, there's thousands of people at home that aren't here that we all interact with, promoters, competitors, leadership. You know, we go back and forth, we'll fight. But at the end of the day, there's, you know, when you go through this life, and I'm not trying to get too sentimental on anything because I'm not that type of guy, but, you know, I had a good friend of mine who is not in this circle who I was talking to about something with last week, and he said something to me, and it just really stuck with me with some of the stuff that this sport brings. And he's like, dude, you realize what you have with those friendships and those people in that community? Like, there's people that can never do anything like that. Money can't buy that. Hitting the lottery, you know, these are real people. These are real relationships. And, you know, we fight like cats and dogs, but at the end of the day, you know, I am so thankful and blessed that my grandfather got my dad in this sport, and I was born into it at birth. So I love pulling. I love you all. And yeah, Donald, I'm glad you put your shirt back on. Thank you.
Points champion 2025. Let's now present the puller of the year for the two-wheel drive class. It's sponsored by Enderley Fuel Injection. The presenter tonight, Greg Randall, on our executive team. The winner of the 2025 NTPA two-wheel drive puller of the year goes to Chase Richardson.
Donald, they have a hotel bar. You can go take your clothes off and show everybody what you want tonight. Thank you.
The two-wheel drive class. As a reminder, before we move on, all Grand National champions, make sure you stick around, and you know this from other years, because at the end of the banquet, we will go into the room over here, the photography room. We need a group picture of all Grand National champions. We'll go ahead and we'll announce that later tonight. So a sincere appreciation goes out to our friends at Case IH, the presenting sponsor of the NTPA Grand National Circuit. And thanks to all of our circuit and our Galaxy sponsors. Thank you to the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals in Toma, Wisconsin for their award sponsorship, along with our Grand and Super National promoters. That concludes our awards presentation to our Grand National divisions. Let's give our Grand National champions, runner-ups, and their peers a round of applause for a great 2025 season. But the night's not over. We still have several prestigious specialty secret awards. Charles, what's the next one?
Tonight, you've heard the word family used on this stage quite a bit, but we do have one award where that is literally in the title, Pulling Family of the Year. They're the ones who stay home sometimes. They don't always go on the road with us. They leave the kitchen light on, so Sunday morning when you get home late, you're not walking into a dark house. They don't ask questions. They just ask, what can I do? How can I help? How can I make this real? It takes that family and that support network to make something like this go. They take care of the chores at home. They take care of the farm, the business, whatever it is that allows you to be out here on this tour and enjoying the fruits of your labors. This family has done that for decades. Your 2025 Pulling Family of the Year goes to the Bill Leichner family.
This award is sponsored by the National Tracting Pulling Championships out of Bowling Green, Ohio. Dave Schultz, the president of the Northwest Ohio Tractor Pullers Association, is presenting this award.
As my fiance would say, holy cow. I'm so surprised. This award, that goes to my family, direct family, and the friends that help. They're all family, and that's who does that. And we got to thank, our sponsors, Anziker Equipment, Sioux Tags, and Pico, but I'm just honored to be part of this team. And thank you, everybody.
The Pulling Family of the Year. It is now time to introduce the NTPA Grand National Rookie of the Year. Now, this is sponsored by the Ambassador Club out of Fort Recovery, Ohio. Ivan Koffenberger is here to present that award. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 NTPA Grand National Rookie of the Year goes to Marshall DeBro.
It's quite an accomplishment. I'd like to give a big thank you to my parents. Without them, I wouldn't be in this position. It's truly a dream come true. This is a class I looked up to as a kid, always loved the pickup trucks, and to be able to pull alongside them and learn with them, it was quite an amazing experience, and I can't wait for more years to come and to share with my brother. So thank you.
Congratulations, 2025 Rookie of the Year. Back to you, Charles.
Our next special award is for NTPA Grand National Pull of the Year. It's sponsored by Elite Trailer Manufacturing of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and presented tonight by Mr. Vaughn Bauer. It's a short list of events in this world that get to be an NTPA Grand National. And for this particular event, on a Thursday night about 6:06 p.m., it seemed like there wasn't going to be one. It presented an opportunity. Dirt's a fickle beast. It's tough to master, tough to control, and no one would have blamed them for folding their hands and saying, forget it, we'll get it tomorrow. They didn't. They took an opportunity. And now they're your 2025 Grand National Pull of the Year, the North Iowa Nationals at Rockwell.
Wow, what an honor. First off, I guess I want to thank all the sponsors that are our local communities, especially our presenting sponsor, Mort's Water, Mort's Heating and Plumbing. Really want to thank all the sponsors of the NTPA. Want to thank all the hardworking members of the Rockwell Lions Club. We work our butts off year round to put on the best event we possibly can. Really want to thank what started out to be a really good promoter fraternity. We help each other a lot. We talk through the season. It means a lot to us. So thanks for your friendship. And I guess also thank you very much for this week. It's been a great time down here in Florida. I was actually against it to start with. See you next year. I'll be here. So, and I guess finally, to all you pullers that have supported us, you've given us advice over the years. We couldn't do it without you. We love all of you. Hope to see you next year. And God bless. Thank you very much for this.
The Grand National Poll of the Year. We move on now to the Super National Poll of the Year. Sponsored by Team Rummel Creek out of Germantown, Ohio. Presenter today, Charity Schreier. 2025 NTPA Super National Poll of the Year. This year it goes to the National Tractor Polling Championships, Bowling Green, Ohio. The entire team from Bowling Green, Ohio, coming to the microphone, their president, Dave Schultz.
On behalf of all of the blue shirts, the board of directors, we have a lot of people to thank that make our event a success. Our presenting sponsor, Maxim, Angry Farmer, Bad Gear, Eldorado Trailers, Nature's Alpine, Redline Equipment, and Trueland Equipment, and all of the other sponsors that help us make Bowling Green a success. On top of that, I want to thank all the fans that come every single year. We hear stories that they're out there that we've been here for 58, 59 years. It is amazing, the fan base that we've been able to have. And we also want to thank all of the pullers, the competition that all of you do on the tracks. You put your heart and soul in making that weekend the very best possible. And we cannot thank all of you, the fans, the sponsors, the pullers that make Bowling Green, Bowling Green. Thank you very much.
The Super National Poll of the Year.
Next special award is the NTPA Commitment to Excellence and Dedication. It is sponsored by Majority Strategies and presented tonight by Tom Watman and Laura Gonzalez. The Promoter of the Year Award recognizes a pool organizer's commitment to excellence and their dedication to presenting the best all-around environment for their fans and competitors. And for this particular event, it's not just what takes place on the fairgrounds, it's reflected all over town, what they put into their event, and it really shows in their efforts. Your 2025 NTPA Commitment to Excellence and Dedication Award winner is the Budweiser Dairyland NTPA Super Nationals in Toma, Wisconsin, and the Lions Super Bowl of the South in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. We got a double this year.
Oh, wow. Oh, Dad would be proud. 50 years we celebrated this last year, and it wasn't a perfect event because we got our moisture like we normally get, but we dealt with it. The turnout we had of competitors this year was phenomenal. Thank you to the competitors for the show you put on, the professionalism you bring, and the communication you bring when you talk to our fans, our sponsors, everything. Got to thank you to our sponsors. They're our title sponsor, Budweiser, local distributor, S&S Distributing. And I wish I could list off all our major sponsors for our event, along with the national sponsors that the NTPA bring. But thank you to everybody. Our community is proud of this event. It has been since it started. It's mostly all volunteers. We have about 200 of them that come in and want to work. And they've been coming in from either other parts of the country to even work with us to put our event on. So thank you to our board. Brennan's here, a nephew, he's on our board. He replaced Dad and brought more people with him to help out. I guess Dad always said, thank your wives for letting us take time to do what we do and put this on for the area, for the community, and it's reflected back across the whole area up there, and they're proud of us. And thank you, Ashley and Leslie, my wife Leslie. So, and to all the pullers again, thank you.
That's Chris Schreier, Budweiser Dairyland NTPA. Commitment to excellence. Now, Clint Bowman.
Thank you, Dan. I'd like to say thank you to everybody, the NTPA, the pullers that come to our pool, our fans, our sponsors. Just thank you, everybody. We really appreciate it and for helping us do what we do.
Lions Super Bowl of the South, Clint Bowman. Let's give both a great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the Larry Kester Humanitarian Award was initiated by Shell Rotella to memorialize the greatest ambassador for the sport of pulling has ever known. His life's trajectory having been forever altered by injuries sustained in a mowing accident, Larry used his remaining 3 decades on this earth to entertain, challenge, and inspire countless of fans and fellow competitors. His partnership with the National Tractor Pulling Championships and Make-A-Wish brought forth an irrepressible and irreplaceable outreach to children and families. In Larry's memory, we recognize a deserving person who in their community, industry, or spheres of influence act to lift the spirits and improve the lives of others. Candidates must embrace the core principles that Larry Kester embodied so well: confidence, conviction, dedication, giving, and respect. A $10,000 donation to Make-A-Wish will be made to the recipient's name. Before we announce the winner, would you like to say a few words? Sure.
I made a massive mistake earlier, forgetting to thank Shell Rotella for what they've done for our family. We've been sponsored by Shell Pennzoil since 1998, which is one of the longest standing sponsorships that I've ever known. They've stood behind our family. I think my dad shared a great story, and I'm glad that they've stayed along with me this entire ride. I did just sign a new contract with them, so I'm very thankful for Shell Rotella and what they've done. This award, everybody knows how much my dad cared about Make-A-Wish. And for everybody that comes to Bowling Green and comes down to the the auction, they see the people giving up their hard-earned money for a great cause. And there's probably no surprise to anybody in this room. This award is going to some people that put a lot of effort into that auction. Sometimes they're running late because their class may be running, but they always make it there. They always buy stuff. They always put their heart and soul into the Make-A-Wish auction. So this year's Larry Kester Humanitarian Award goes to Larry and Lisa Peterson.
Come on down, Larry and Lisa, for this incredible award.
Hey, Lisa, you can quit watching the game and come in the room, okay? Did you hear? Are you effing kidding me? Here's this. Thank you, Adam. No. Thank you. You guys did it. Thank you.
I think everybody knows Larry Kester, and he's a great friend of ours. And I really appreciate this. It means everything for us.
Hey, I came into the sport and I didn't know what I was getting into, and I met all these people. These people are the greatest people I've ever met in my life, and I would not want to live my life without any of these guys. And when I met Larry Kester, he turned into my best friend. We had such a great time with him. He's like family. And to get this award, right now, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let them hear it. Larry Kester Humanitarian Award.
Well, Dan, we're down to one. One award left. Only one. And it's kind of a big one. It's going to be presented tonight by Greg Randall, WPI NTPA Executive Director. 2025 is the 29th year for this award. It's named after the beloved Kent Enderle, a man that enjoyed seeing hard work pay off at his annual Enderle Pull-Off event. And it goes to that NTPA competitor who has put forth the supreme effort during a season. The competitor's performance is judged on work ethic and dedication to self-improvement, and the winner will receive a $5,000 bonus on top of winnings already earned this year. At this time, I direct your attention to the video boards to reveal our 29th Kent Enderle Hard Charger.
Dedication and love for the sport of truck and tractor pulling to compete on the NTPA Championship pulling circuit at any level. There are countless tasks, checking and double-checking the competition vehicle to get to the track each summer and planning throughout the other 3 seasons. Add to that the responsibilities of home and work, the miles traveled, the breakage, and the mental and physical wear and tear. This sport is not for the faint of heart. This year's Kent and Joan Enderle Memorial Hard Charger Award is a team that exemplifies what it takes to perform each summer on the track and on the road. This team is celebrating 5 decades in the sport. Over the past 6 full seasons, this multi-vehicle team has achieved impressive numbers, 22 national wins and 83 top 5 finishes. Since 1999, their accomplishments include 1 Grand National Championship, 1 National Tractor Pulling Championship ring, 1 Enderle Pull-Off win, 2 Grand National runner-up finishes, 3 third-place Grand National point finishes, 1 fourth-place Grand National point finish, and 2 fifth-place Grand National finishes. This family can boast that they have a record-setting 3 members who were voted NTPA Rookies of the Year in 3 separate decades, and one side of the family boasts 4 generations of NTPA competitors coming from the Superstock ranks. with this competitor marrying into a family who has 3 generations of NTPA competitors. Currently, this team has 4 active drivers who have a wicked good time pulling together as a family. When Keith Theobald started out in 1981 with a modest single-engine modified, he began a 45-year NTPA pulling legacy that has been passed down to his son Doug, his wife Renee Gettinger Theobald, and their 2 sons, Grant and Mason. The Theobalds epitomize the qualities of a hard charger, and tonight they are honored as the 2025 Kent and Joan Enderly Hard Charger recipients.
Let them hear it. The Theobald family.
Congratulations. Thank you. I told you I'm doing it. Yeah, I guess so. Wow. Thank you. Microphone's hot.
Wow, this is a shock. Renee and I were just talking earlier that when this award was created, I don't know how many years ago that was now, but 29. We were in attendance at the banquet that night. So we've been at this for a bit. We are very fortunate that we all get to do this together. We love it as a family. I wish my dad and mom were here tonight. Sorry, get a little choked up. But as long as we keep getting to do this together, we're going to keep doing it. And we love all of our NTPA family. Appreciate the award and appreciate being able to be a part of this great organization and all the great people. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Hard Charger Award.
I'd like to add to that as well. This sport is the greatest blessing in my life. This is the thing I'm most passionate about. This award means a lot to me. We bust our ass all summer to be able to compete with you guys, and we work really hard to be able to be competitive. And I'd like to thank my parents, my grandpa, for getting me involved in this sport. I love them more than anything. I love both my brother and my family, and we love coming working with you guys every weekend. And I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Hallie, for supporting us and all our family that supports us. And I really wish my grandpa Keith was here. And I'm very blessed to be a fourth generation puller on my mom's side with Grandpa Neil. And it really means a lot to be recognized for this and to be recognized by our fellow pullers for how hard we work. So thank you very much.
Yes, I just want to say the same sentiments. This really means a lot to be recognized. We've just been here for NTPA for a lot of years, and we thank you for the recognition and the support from all of our friends and family and pullers and just everybody. Thank you very much.
They pretty much said it all, but I want to give a big thanks to Josh Miles and Roger Williams for all the work they do. Thank you.
A great award for an awesome family. One more time, the Theobald family. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor for Charles and I to serve you tonight. And on behalf of the NTPA, congratulations to all the winners. And thanks for coming to Florida for this incredible banquet. A few last announcements before we let you go. All Grand National winners, again, you'll need to go to our picture room over here to our right, your left, for a group picture that we will do this evening. You'll be able to get your jackets in that room. You're also going to have the boxes that you can put your trophies in. A reminder that the Region 1 and Region 2 banquet will take place in Waldo, Ohio on January 10th, Saturday, January 10th. More information will be coming that way. And we'll be back here next year, December 4th and 5th, for year 2 here in Orlando, Florida. Before I close, Charles, any last points?
No, thank you all so much for a wonderful season. Great job in 2025. It was a wonderful year, and I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do next time around.
There is no truck and tractor circuit better than the NTPA. This is the greatest circuit in the world. You are the greatest pullers in the world, and we're excited to be a part of this family. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a safe trip home.